touch of red meat or shellfish because I have gout. Gout is a disease that makes my acid levels much higher than most people's. And so if I eat certain foods, my acid level elevates, skyrockets, and then I get all giant swelling and incredible pain in my joint.
Hey. Who? Gout walk. Little gin, little door, that shrimp make the gout hot. I can feel it in my toes, let's go, it's the gout walk. Stomach cold, so froze, you know I got the gout rocks. Take a 20-minute break, I'ma hit him with a gout walk. Sushi daddy, I'ma tear it up. Oh shit, here comes another flare up. DoorDash me a little aloe vera, a bowl of penne and a side of marinara. I could introduce you to the gout. Fatty foods every time when I go out. Bitch, I'm too fast, so I pass out. Where the cherry juice at? Need a glass now. Gout. Gotta go and see the doc. Man, it's like a couple blocks. Hold up, another $100 shot. Now I'ma hit him with a walk. Hey, what walk? Gout walk. Little gin, little door, that shrimp make the gout hot. I can feel it in my toes, let's go, it's the gout walk. Stomach cold, so froze, you know I got the gout rocks. Take a 20-minute break, I'ma hit him with a gout walk. Little gin, little door, that shrimp make the gout hot. I can feel it in my toes, let's go, it's the gout walk. Stomach cold, so froze, you know I got the gout rocks. Take a 20-minute break, I'ma hit him with a gout walk.
In medical school, we learned that gout is the king's disease.
Do a begathon or tip me and do this and do that. We're not doing that. It's business as usual here on DSP Gaming. We play games, we have fun. If you guys like it, you support it. The week is going slow. Tough through it. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now. But I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow. It gets to me. My life is ruined. This is how I'm doing. Losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my shit now. A full podcast booked, full gameplay streams booked, everything's booked. Everything's booked. Can't do anything crazy. And I don't even have enough to buy groceries. It sucks. The week is going slow. Tough through it. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now. But I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow. It gets to me. My life is ruined. This is how I'm doing. Losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my shit now. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing.
I'm 5 days gone from streaming and it's caused a bit of fuss. There's no end of speculation as to what the reason was. Did I take this sudden little absence cause me parents bit the dust? Or is Comcast being a detractor as I've previously discussed? Am I on the run from taxmen or some other agency? Was I whisked away for study to a distant galaxy? Or has Tevin now decided that it's time to murder me? Or perhaps I'm being haunted by the vengeful ghost of T? Did the demons in the corners seize the center of me mind? Did I have a mental breakdown and just leave it all behind? Am I walking on the freeway where I never dared to drive, with a plaintive thumb extended cause I'd really like a ride? I'm not sure why I'm British now, and I'm 6 girls behind, but if I don't hit another one, I'm not sure that I mind. Look, there's the sun. See it shine. So I waddle down the freeway and me cares are nearly gone. No one here knows that I had a wank but left the camera on. Then a lorry pulls up to me and asks where I'm trying to go. And it's only then I realise that I don't rightly know. I could double back to Renton to me mum, I mean me wife. I could bring her consolation so she won't fear for me life. But the opposite direction surely seems to tantalise. I could keep on pressing eastward and just leave it all behind. So I tell the lorry man I'm heading east and far away. He just shrugs and makes room for me and we're off with no delay. Though I'm sure the view is lovely, I can't see a thing because as he's driving I repay him by the road's unwritten laws. He probably should just take it slow. I hear a screech, then I'm out cold. The one thing that's important above everything else is to get away from everyone who knows I touched myself while I was streaming. I must say, I guess that's the positive if I should die today. He won't know. They won't know. I said hello. I've learned that life can have meaning when you're 5 days gone from streaming.
It's been a while, over a week now, but well, that kind of looks like shit and it's hard to read. Fuck, I thought that would be the case. Anyway, we're back today for the Saturday style Atlas stream. It's my first day off since American style Thanksgiving. They got me out here working like a dog and I got to do it again tomorrow. I'm not a robot. Stop it. You're lying. No. Anyway. Please confirm whether or not I sound like garbage. If true, I might just jump. But anyway, we're here to talk about the guy and his super robust Asmon Gold after experience. Obviously, like the title implies, the money is hitting completely different. We're balling out of control. We don't know how to contain ourselves. We're buying all sorts of nifty new gadgets. It just rocks. Everything is on the up and up. Of course, this is not the second coming of the redemption arc. We've totally learned our lesson. This is nothing like when we were with the Kino Casino. It's not like that, guys. I promise. This is different. We've learned our lesson. Obviously, this is foreshadowing for the fact that we have not learned our lesson, and all of those things are true. But before we even get into that, I have to give you the Atlas style segment, which unfortunately is a lot of me working. It's snowing here in the land of the skeleton, and like I said, they got me out here working like a dog, and it's been tough. Okay, I just wanted to have a good game, maybe have a good stream, and they won't let me do it because they're haters. But that's okay, because we have to move on positively, and I'm here today. I also have been playing and modding Morrowind again, hence the theme today. I'm trying to include you guys in the Atlas-style shenanigans off stream here. Oh, shit, I forgot to add the thing. Trying to include you in that to some extent, hence why people are calling each other NWAs in the chat, I guess. Very cool, very awesome. It's going great. There's voice acting again, and I have better textures, and it doesn't look like you have to shit your pants when you run in the game, so that's pretty cool. I'm playing the superior race of Dunmer, and not one of those dirty, nasty farm tool beast races. Not going to do that. That's heresy. Even though I think it's canon that the Nerevar was Argonian, but we're going to leave that to be lost to the annals of time. But like I said, that's pretty much all I've been up to. I worked on this stupid template for far too long last night, and behind the chat isn't even dark enough to read it. So, I'm going to hold that L. But we're going to move on, like I said, very positively into the DSP stuff, because DSP has been ghosted by Wings of Redemption. We were talking shit on PewDiePie. We built a chair, we built a desk, and we managed to learn how to beg without being, or without using support or momentum the other day. I thought that that was very impressive, kind of an improvement for DSP, even though I don't even know if he did it on purpose. I think he might just be too dumb to realize that that's what it was. All of that on this stream, except for the desk building. The poses were too sassy for me. I'm not gonna lie. They looked weak, if I'm gonna put it kindly. Yeah, they looked a little sus. So we're not gonna watch that. I don't even know if there really was enough in there for me to talk about, but we're definitely watching him build that stupid fucking chair, and we can talk about all of the money he wasted. So,
Well, let me tell you something,
I don't know why I restarted that.
Snort, snort, snort.
Code. Drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go. All right, I'm about to get started, but it would be great.
Before we even do that, thank you, Michael AE, for the 5. I need to... God damn it. I need to put the alerts on, and it'll take me a second. But thank you, Michael AE, for the 5, saying Phil lives in such a way that if he picks up a quarter off the ground, it goes in a gumball machine before it goes in his pocket. Welcome home. Well, thank you for the welcome home, but you're absolutely right. As soon as he gets the money, he's spending it on frivolous nonsense and toys like an actual child. And that's what it is. It's these damn kids is what he's behaving like. Absolutely. I agree. No grown man should live like that. And no Penitentian, no skeleton avatar. I couldn't figure out how to make it Morrowind inspired for today before the stream. I thought really hard about it last night and actually came up with nothing but garbage. So I'll continue to try and think. Maybe one day I'll get something together.
Great if we get a moderator. This nut job is still in the YouTube chat, as people can see. I'll see if I can get any moderators to show up. This guy's a moron. I'm not going to sit here and moderate.
As a moron.
It's a waste of my time.
I'm not going to sit here and do this thing I do all the time.
Stream? What stream? I streamed twice yesterday. To be honest, I don't even really know. I'm not paying attention anymore. I'm really not. I don't have to. Which is amazing. Again, what a 180 turn in 1 week. In fact, it was 1 week ago at this very time that I was jumping on the stream with Asmon Gold. 1 week. And what a week it's been.
And we're already celebrating. This is what I'm talking about. It's literally the same shit as Kino. We're celebrating our victory, and it has just happened. There has been no long-term success. There's been no guarantee that any of this is going to last longer than right now. But here we are, and we're already celebrating and dancing on our haters' graves. They'll never recover from the success that is DSP. Thank you, Pope Super Kame Jizzler, for the 19 months. It didn't play the noise. It didn't play the noise. I'm going to do it again.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
For the 19 months, saying, welcome home, Nerevarine. All these Enwas have no idea. Phil is once again liked by the internet. Amazon and Scopely made $3 grand this week. Absolutely, they did. Like I said, all of the money is gone, and it's super cool that the internet loves DSP. He really deserves it. Hence why he had to thank God. Very anti-Jobian, if you ask me. I don't think that's a word, but I'm gonna coin it now. Anti-Jobian indeed. The only time we thank God is when times are good, which is the opposite of the point.
Viewership, over 8,000 new fresh subscribers on the channel, giving it a look. Certainly, I'm not growing exponentially or anything, but you have to understand that this channel has had no growth. So to have some growth is amazing. You know, after all the hard work I've put in, to actually have a new, fresh group of eyes on the content, enjoying it and supporting it is amazing.
Right.
It's really turned things around.
Fresh group of eyes, as he's sitting at exactly the same amount of viewers he usually has for a pre-stream. 200 to 300 people is normal DSP viewers. And we're, like I said, celebrating the success from all these new people.
And by the way, if you ever noticed me doing what I just did, I'm just eliminating toxic people who are here to troll. So the moment I see it, I just get rid of them and I don't even address it. That's, if you see me doing this, clicking around, that's exactly what I'm doing. All right, I'm not even going to talk to them anymore because they're not worth my time.
Not even going to talk to them. These fucking losers. They're beneath me. They're Enwas. They're Outlanders and Swits. It's
Thank
true.
you, Broden. And Broden says, don't let the freaks get to you. Stay humble and thankful. Love the future you got ahead. Thank you so much, man. Kind words and much appreciated after, all the stuff that I have been through. So today we're in the Winter Wonderland, as you can see. Nice Winter Wonderland theme. And I hope that you are enjoying the festivities of the month. They will continue all month
It's not even
long.
really snowing.
No, the story is not that.
That's
Wings did not
barely
confirm
snow.
with me. Would you like me to just get this out of the way now? Okay, so Wings of Redemption was supposed to be on the show today. Originally, I was going to have him on the show about a week ago, but then the craziness with Asmon Gold happened, and that all came together so quickly and everything. So
right.
I could,
Which was entirely his doing, by the way. DSP was the one that was asking for it to happen near instantly and was pushing Wings aside. That was all DSP's doing. I hate the way that he makes it sound as though this was something he had no control over and it just had to happen this way. It's not even true. Like he pushed Wings to the side like the dirty used laundry that he is and went for that new hotness, that new Asmon Gold money, because he knew it would be more important, it would be more interesting, which fair enough if this is his business and that's the way he wants to operate, but you don't get to play as though this isn't anything that you did, as though this isn't your fault. You fucked that guy over, as far as you can call not being on DSP stream being fucked over. It's not like it's not like it's going on an actual broadcast or anything. So
I would have him on today. And then I wanted to touch base with him again over the last few days just to make sure. And I actually spoke with him yesterday morning live when I was on this stream. I talked to Wings and he said, it's 1 p.m. tomorrow. I said, no, it's 12. It's just like we did last time, 2 hours or whatever. And he said, all right, that's fine. We were locked in. We were good. So last night, I'm winding down. I'm ready to go to sleep. And I get a message from Wings, and he basically says that he is not feeling well at all, and he needs to take a rain check for today. And I was like, thank you for telling me, because now that you told me, I can, on the fly, adapt and change stuff. Like, if he had waited till last minute, that kind of would have screwed me over. But because he gave me the courtesy of telling me the night before so that I could actually adjust, I was able to adjust. So
even if he told him at the last minute, it would still be on the fly changes. So I really don't know. It doesn't make a difference. DSP was going to do any garbage he wanted, regardless of whether or not Wings told him. He was probably just going to do a chill with Phil. But as we'll find out, I believe he wound up doing the stupid chair building style stream, which we are going to watch, of course.
So I give him props and credit. I mean, it sucks he couldn't show up, but I'm happy that he came and told me, yeah,
we were locked in.
So,
apparently not. Also, I believe that Wings of Redemption did wind up streaming on that day anyway and playing video games on his own stream. So he was too sick to hang out with DSP, but not too sick to do his own stream. It's like when you're too sick to go to school, but not too sick to hang out with your friends afterwards, Your mom would never let that shit fly.
Last night, I said, well, what can I do? Right? On the fly. Well, we could do.
He really likes saying on the fly.
Maybe that you guys wanted to see more of, because I see it like this. This is now a bonus stream, right? This is a stream we were going to have an interview with Wings. It's not happening now. It's going to happen next week is what I said to him. I said, let's do it next week. So let's see if everything comes together. I'll let you know. I'll confirm with him again when he's feeling better. If we're doing it next week. Hopefully we are. Okay. But in the meantime, I see this as like a bonus stream. Like, this is an opportunity for us to kind of hang out and then do stuff that we want to do. And based off of what we did last week on the Black Friday Marathon, it seems like people want these new games. I had tried out Arc Raiders and I had tried out Megabonk. And both games seem to have an audience where people...
I tuned in. For the record, I have not seen any DSP Arc Raider stream. If you guys could let me know how that's been going. I haven't seen any of it. That game does not really interest me. I'm not an extraction shooter style. But I did tune in for about 2 minutes of Megabonk the other day, and he was not having fun. He was not enjoying himself. He died almost instantly. Like, every time I took a look over, and he was just miffed the whole time. He did not seem to be having any sort of enjoyment at all. So I'm glad that the audience is loving it and we're thinking about playing it some more, even though we hate it.
People came by and were like, oh, this is cool to see Phil play it. I want to see more. So based on that, I said, well, One of the games that I wanted to see if it would work as an actual chill hangout stream was Arc Raiders. It seems like this is the kind of game that, as long as you guys are helping me and we talk, it would be entertaining.
fuck.
I don't know if this is the kind of game that I would play by myself, but since it's an interactive stream where we hang out and chill, I think it might work. So
Ew.
that's what I said I wanted to do
Ew.
today. I want to try it out. I mean,
The worst kind of DSP content. Video games that only get played because the chat is hand-holding him through the entire thing and explaining every mechanic. Actually terrible fucking content. But he loves it. It's the only way he can really even play games anymore.
intrigued if
Unless
Arc
it's
Raiders
a
will work as
walking sim,
stream.
of
Now, for the
course.
record, if we play this today and it doesn't work, if it's boring, if no one likes it, if I'm not liking it, and we determine, hey, that's it, that's okay. That's fine. That's cool, because this was already supposed to be a different stream that wasn't going to happen. So it's not like this is a waste of our time. In fact, this is actually a pretty good use of our time, I feel. Okay, so no worries there if it doesn't work. But to be honest, I hope it does. I hope that this works out and ends up being entertaining and maybe can become a part of our chill schedule, a
Oh,
game that
boy.
we bring back from time to time to hang out.
The chill schedule. I know
What's
you
the
guys
thing
love
that you're
that.
most excited to get from your Black Friday bonanza? Man, you know, to be honest, I don't think there's One Piece. Like, the
Shout
thing
out
is,
One
I keep
Piece?
saying this every day, the
Never seen
linchpin
it.
of this all is the desk.
Right.
Until the desk arrives, I can't do the setup. Like, there's pieces I can do. I could do the chair, and then I could take this set that I have and I could raise, because this is a raising desk and this is a raising desk, so I could raise the desks up to adjust to the height of the chair. Then I could adjust the camera heights. Well, that camera height would be automatic. This one I would have to adjust in the lighting. But until the desk is here, I can't use the monitors or the monitor arms. You know, I can't really do any big changes. So
Are monitor arms the biggest changes? Is that what we're supposed to be led to believe here? So we can change the chair and we can get our monitors out, but we can't put the monitor arms on until we get the desk, and that's the big pieces? Okay, all right. Well, since he brought up his Black Friday style bonanza, thank you, Inked and Maddie, for this piece here. This is DSP's purchase list from the Black Friday stream here with his total. Of course, he had to buy the name brand style monitor arms that cost $100 because a simple monitor arm was not good enough for the guy. He had to buy a $200 controller. Very cool, very cool. We absolutely needed that. Oh, sorry. It's it's $200. It wasn't even on sale. Brother just bought a $200 controller. What the fuck? We bought a Lego Mario and Yoshi sprite. Obviously, we needed that. That was very integral to the stream. We had to buy a $330 gaming chair because, of course, we needed a gaming chair. For how long now? A year? Over a year? We've been talking about it. If we were going to get another chair, then we would get an actual, like, ergonomic office-style chair that has the proper back support that's required for his style back that he has, his injury or whatever. And then we wound up buying a fucking gaming chair anyway, an overpriced Corsair branded gaming chair, which first and foremost, I want to say, fuck Corsair. Their software is garbage, and their equipment, their mice, their keyboards are entirely just mid. How are you going to have garbage software and mid products? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I'm definitely not buying a fucking $330 chair. Couldn't be me. My last 3 chairs have remained free. That's the way it should be, if you ask me. And we had to spend $949 on an OLED monitor. We're that bougie. We had to go fucking apeshit for an OLED monitor, 4K style. We needed all that. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say that DSP spent all of his money like a kid buying toys. He ran into this windfall, and instead of putting any of it aside, instead of saving it for a rainy day fund style thing, we shelled it all out instantly. We had to buy the new shiny gizmos and toys for the stream, as if the stream is actually going to benefit from any of these things. He could have bought a mediocre, monitor setup, two monitors that are, a couple $100 a piece, and some fucking $40 mic arms, and he would have been just as well off. But he had to have the highest tier shit. He had to get the OLED. He had to get the 4K. His second monitor is 2K. Why? And it's ultra wide. To read chat. It's just not necessary. It's actually just throwing money away to throw money away. And he's wound up spending $2,600 fucking dollars. That's almost all of the money that he actually made off of the Asmon Gold stream. Now, granted, he definitely made money after that, and some of those Asmon dents continued to come through and spend more and more money. But it's still, that's so much money to just waste instantly when you don't even know if this is going to continue. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And you can say that it's a tax write-off, but that doesn't unspend the money. That just means that it's not calculated into his taxes at the end of the year. So he's still down that money. He's still not actually getting anything for what he fucking spent. But whatever. He's got new toys, and that's all he really cares about. An actual child.
The desk is the big thing, but that's not the thing I'm most excited for. I'm excited to just have a modern set. For so long, I've been using the weird pieced-together Frankenstein set of a monitor way back there on a computer desk that's in my corner, and that's what I use to monitor OBS and YouTube.
Right.
A laptop
and that was
sitting
always
in
dumb.
front of me, and that's what I use to monitor both of the stream chats and contributions coming in. A TV all the way on the back wall of my room to the right of me, that's what I use to game on.
Dem is a goat, saying right on the money. I'm surprised Phil isn't buying actual toys. In fact, he did. He bought Lego Mario and Yoshi Sprite for fucking $104. That is literally a fucking toy. Like, actually, he is literally buying kid shit. This is what like a 14-year-old puts together when they get a big amount of money from grandma for Christmas. Actually,
one keyboard and mouse here that's linked to that screen. A touchpad that I used to control the keyboard or the laptop, keyboard and mouse here that I used to control my gaming setup. It really is a mess.
Yeah, it always has been, always will be.
Like, as you can see, I can make content with it, but it's not ideal. And the problem has been, the last year, I've noticed a big decline in my eyesight because of it. Like, I'm over here trying to update the leaderboard, and I'm like squinting to see, you know, what the total is to update. I'm like, oh, I can't see what it says. And then I have to readjust, refocus my eyes to look at this, to talk to you guys.
Oh no, guys, he has to look around.
And then look over here. So it's constant focus, refocus, focus, refocus. It's killing my eyes. It really is. So now to have...
You know, it wouldn't kill his eyes nearly as bad if he just put on his fucking glasses, dude. That's actually the real solution to this was never to spend money if he didn't want to. He could have saved every single fucking cent that he made and put it back into his house and made higher payments and actually owned it maybe one day, possibly. It'll never happen, but we could dream. We could have done that. But instead, or we could have put on our glasses and done that, but instead we spent all of it without even thinking. Because I guess we're just too ashamed to wear glasses on the stream? Very odd, especially at his age, that he's so anti-glasses.
Two monitors, one right here that's going to have the chat, the stream, everything on one widescreen, ultra-wide monitor, and then the gaming right here, and they're fully adjustable with these arms, so I could have the chat
That's the
right
fully
next
adjustable
to me as I'm gaming. I just look
motion,
right here,
by the way.
right.
I'm going to run that back. I like that. I like that. We should do that more often.
Constant focus, refocus, focus, refocus. It's killing my eyes. It really is. So now, to have two monitors, one right here that's going to have the chat, the stream, everything on one widescreen, ultra-wide monitor, and then the gaming right
Again,
here,
ultra-wide
and they're
for some
fully
reason.
adjustable with these arms, so I could have the chat right next to me as I'm gaming. I just look right here. It'll be literally right here readable, as opposed to now it's like over there and I'm squinting. I could have it right here. It's going to be ideal. It's going to be a much better situation. So I'm excited for the future, for this in general, for the whole setup. Like, okay, so let's talk about it now. All right. So here's what's happening over the next several days.
We're going to spend more money?
Everything
Question mark?
is arriving today, except the desk, which sucks. Because if the desk was arriving today, then obviously I could actually upgrade the whole setup. Like, I could literally spend the whole day unboxing, hooking up, building, upgrading. But sadly, that's not the case. The desk.
The fact that would take him all day is already a problem. Like, it really shouldn't be an all-day event to build a fucking IKEA desk and to set up some monitor arms and to unbox a monitor, like 2 monitors, and plug them in and build the chair. I'm not convinced that that's an all-day event. And Thank God it didn't happen that way, because it would have been an all-day streaming event, by the way, because you know this guy can't do anything without streaming it for some reason, but we'll get there.
Route to my home. It actually shipped this morning from Nevada.
Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card.
The problem was I paid for it with a stolen credit card, so they declined the charge, and it got held up. But now it's on the way. No, that didn't happen.
I mean, kind of. In case you guys don't know. In case you guys don't know, there was actually a dent that decided to, give DSP, I think it was $300 with his dad's, stolen credit card or whatever, and he wasn't supposed to do that, or at least that's the way the rumor mill goes. I obviously cannot confirm this, but that's the way it was. I was reading it and understanding it. Thank you, Chinatown Scrub 6443 for the 5. Saying, if you ever watch his old house tour vlogs, you'll see he sets up everything in the most dented ways possible. No logical sense. Well, I actually have an image of the new setup that I'm going to show when we start building the chair. Thanks to Siru. Big up Siru, of course. I made a couple additions, but big up Siru for the image I'm going to show. Holy shit.
A place for you.
Thank you, Yosef, for the 5, saying, hey, Unc, I missed your complaining.
Welcome, Moon and Star. I have prepared a place for you.
You're my favorite racist uncle. I can't confirm that. And I said that. And Thanksgiving, too. Well, happy Thanksgiving to you. I can't confirm I'm your favorite racist uncle. Thank you, Dune Messiah, for the 16 months. Saying, big ups, Atlas. Glad the snow stayed away long enough for you to stream. Pretty much exactly long enough for me to stream. Thank you for the 16 months. And Sid the Stoner, thank you so much for becoming a member of the 60 Skulls. It's very cool. Thank you.
No, so basically, the desk was furthest away. Like, everything else I ordered was in stock near me. The desk is coming from some supplier states away. So
right,
it's on the way.
Typically, things do come from states away.
It could show up tomorrow because
which is very odd for DSP because he lives right by the Amazon fulfillment center. I would imagine that a lot of things actually don't come from states away for him, but only for normal people.
They started driving it or shipping it here this morning from Nevada. I mean, all they gotta do is go from Nevada up California into Washington. It's not that big of a drive. Like, I know for a fact because we're playing Truck Sim, and we know it's just a straight shot through those western states. And so maybe not that big of a deal.
This guy is so fucking delusional. He legitimately thinks that American Truck Simulator is accurate to real trucking in such a way that it's not that big a deal to drive from Nevada all the way up to Washington via the West Coast. He doesn't think that it's a big deal at all. It's not, hours and hours worth of travel and, copious amounts of traffic and potentially a lot of construction that you're going to have to go around and all of that. And we don't need to do any of that. It's not that big a deal. A couple hours maximum. I mean, he can do it in a stream. So I guess so should they. That's actually how out of touch he is with the real world. He thinks that American Truck Simulator is akin to real life. I just can't believe it sometimes. How he needs to go touch some grass. And I don't mean to say that, like everybody else does on the internet. Like, actually go outside. It's okay.
So maybe it'll show up tomorrow, which I would love, but it probably is not going to show up until Wednesday, as they're suggesting. So
yes, and California is fucking huge. Like, traveling, I want to say it's laterally, but that might not even be true. Traveling from the south to the north of California, the long way, I'll call it. It's incredibly long. It's one of the longest states, I believe. Thank you, Pope Super Kame Jizzler. I know your real name. For the 2, saying nobody addressed Oregon is between Washington and California. Dunce. Well, yeah, and the whole West Coast they would have to drive through. But we're just acting like it's no big deal. Actually, 3 different states we have to go through before we even get to Washington. But it's fine.
Everything else that I ordered is arriving today, including, let me just go through this, okay? So there's one shipment that has the headphone cable, both monitors that I ordered, both of the monitor arms, the Super Mario Lego.
Right, very important we got that.
All of that is in one shipment, and that supposedly is all coming today, this afternoon. Like, all that should arrive during this stream. Okay, supposedly.
Supposedly.
But it says the earliest it'll show up is around 1:30 p.m., which is around 2 hours from now. So chances are it will randomly show up at some point when we're probably playing Arc Raiders. But I'm going to have to stop to bring it all in. Like, if I have all this stuff, obviously, on my doorstep, I got to bring it all in. I can't leave, all kinds of shit out there. You know what I'm saying? So
why not? He lives in a gated community. Is he afraid that there's going to be porch pirates? People that actually can't even get through the front gate? Are his neighbors going to steal it? Or is it against the HOA? Because the HOA is the only thing that actually makes sense. Anything else is just paranoia on the guy's behalf. Thank you, Sid the Stoner, for the 5. Saying, I stay up all morning as a night shift style worker just to catch your Saturday stream. Thanks for all the robust content. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for your nighttime style shift work. Somebody's got to do that, and it ain't going to be me. So big ups. We appreciate you.
There you go. Now, the chair is also coming, but the chair is coming later today. They're saying it's not going to arrive until after 4:45, maybe as late as 8 p.m. What sucks about that is if the chair arrived, I could build it, I could adjust the height of the set, and we can actually see what the new backdrop will look like.
New
Because it won't
backdrop?
look like this anymore. It's going to be higher up. Like, you're going to see the higher end of my setup now. My head will probably be like this. Like this. See how different it looks when my head's higher up? It's probably going to be like that. So.
What? Wait. That's actually the exact opposite of how that would work. No? If you put the camera higher? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's fine. That was stupid anyway. Who gives a shit? Actually, who cares?
I would love to do that and adjust the cameras and everything, but I can't do that till the chair's here.
But that's how you can tell he's healthy and fit, you guys. He could get up in his chair a little bit.
Maybe we do that tonight, because tonight I have American
Before he was
Truck
working
Sim
out, it would have been
scheduled,
impossible.
But I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I'm doing Truck Sim this week no matter what. Don't get me wrong. We're doing Truck Sim. It's just that I don't want to do everything at once.
Thank you. I don't want. Who cares for the 2 saying, "Hey Atlas, welcome home." Thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to be building everything all in one go, and it would be nice if I could actually build this chair and have it as part of the set for a day or two before the desk arrives. So it all depends. I'll keep my eye on it. I will let you know what happens.
God, his
over
notifications
the course of
are
the
so
day.
annoying.
Okay. See, once everything's in place.
And that's coming from me. I have Cliff Racers today.
I want to play a session of Call of Duty on keyboard and mouse, now on the new desk with the new monitor, and see how it plays and how it affects my gameplay. Because I've been sucking at Call of Duty. Maybe if I actually have this low response time monitor, actual desk setup, everything nice, maybe I'll do better. I don't know.
It's such a cope. It's actually such a fucking cope to think that having the different monitor was going to make him any better at Call of Duty. I believe it was the last stream I was able to do. We watched DSP play Call of Duty, unironically, just random matches that I had tuned into. And a new monitor is not going to stop him from throwing grenades at the wall right next to himself. A new monitor is not going to center his crosshair to where people are actually going to be and stop him from looking at the floor. It's just not going to happen. Those things are entirely within himself and have nothing to do with his equipment. But we're going to pretend as though that's the case. Insane, dude. Insane. They use smiles for the 5. Saying, morning, brother Atlas. Well, morning to you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you.
Right? I want to just have a chill session with you guys, a more relaxed game. See how that turns out. So, I'm excited. Yeah, I heard that's the problem with these Xbox Elite controllers, that they control well, and I'll agree. Like, I like my Elite 2 controller. The only complaint I have was the face button wasn't comfortable, and it made a callus on my thumb playing Silk Song.
Oh, my God.
But outside of that, I loved it. But everyone seems to say they wear out in like a year. So for me, I was around that time period. It was around late summer, early fall last year when I got that controller. And here we are, December of this year. So it's probably about the time it would break, honestly.
I've never had a controller, like an actual name brand decent controller, fall apart within a year. I've gotten some garbage controllers over the years for like $10, $15 that just are shit, and they do break instantly, or they never worked, which is always super cool. But the idea of buying a name brand Xbox controller and it only working for a year, that I'm convinced that's exclusive to DSP. This is the Nurgle aura that he has, that is eroding the electronics around him at such a rapid pace That's what's happening. It's not normal, man. Not at all. Also, the face buttons giving him calluses on his fingers is entirely a user issue. Just don't press that hard, man. It's not... Video games don't work better. You don't hit harder or go faster when you push the button harder. You can just tap them or hold them, and it just works that way. There's no, like, what do they fucking call that? Like haptic feedback or some shit. And the harder you press it, the faster you shoot or whatever. That doesn't happen on Xbox controllers, and it most definitely wasn't happening in Silksong at all. So you just use it lightly as you're supposed to.
Critique, I do use keyboard and mouse on the PC for certain games. For example, Call of Duty, I use it, but I don't use it for everything. Mostly because
pressure sensitive might be the word, not haptic feedback. That's something else.
And a real chair. Like right now, to use keyboard and mouse, I have to move this way, reposition this rolling desk in front of me. I can't even move my chair. This chair doesn't have wheels. I'm on a chair that sits on a flat base and can't move or adjust. So because of that, I can't even like have a keyboard and mouse comfortably in front of me. I have to like move the whole desk here, which is stupid. And then it's bad that I get trapped. I can't even move. So once I have a proper setup with a real desk, a real chair, I can roll in and adjust and use everything nicely.
I couldn't believe this when I heard this. Absolutely could not believe that this guy is sitting on a fucking chair right now without wheels. I don't think that's supposed to be the case. I'm pretty sure I've never seen a gamer style chair nor an office chair that doesn't have wheels on it, which means to me the DSP took these fucking wheels off and is just complaining about it now for some reason. I've never seen that before. If this is the way that it is, please let me know if you're familiar with this chair, because I don't want to discount the guy if I don't have to. He needs all the credit he can get. But absolutely, it should have had wheels. And the reason that he's going to have to raise everything up when the other chair comes is simply because of the 2 or 3 inches worth of wheels that he doesn't have on this. That's actually why everything has to go up. It's insane. Actually fucking nuts, dude. I've never seen anybody live like the guy, and they shouldn't. This shouldn't happen. Thank you, Infamous KS, for these 6 months as a member. I really appreciate it. Saying big ups, Atlas. Welcome home. I appreciate the welcoming. Thank you for the 6 months. And one testicle man with the 400 huff saying he's just that strong. People call it hard strength. They do, and it's true, at least in his capacity. I agree. Thank you for the 400 huff.
Maybe I will use more things or more keyboard and mouse for more games. But right now, it just hasn't been... Like I said, I have the most bootleg setup of any streamer. I really do. I can't wait to have a real setup. That's why I'm so genuinely stoked and excited this week. I have always wanted a proper setup, but I've never really had opportunity to have it until now. Opinion on PewDiePie giving up...
So his chair really didn't have wheels? Oh, he's got one of those big fuck stupid goddamn chairs that are recliners? Oh my god. Dude. And this is why DSP shouldn't be in charge of his own finances.
Welcome, Moon and Star.
Because he just
prepared a place for you.
He makes the worst decisions possible. Like, you could just see that not working out inevitably and not being ideal for a streamer style setup, for the maneuverability that you would need while doing all of the things that DSP does. And yet he did it anyway, because he just has to make poor choices and then reel about it later and spend more money. Is it a barber chair? Yeah, it's a similar style. Yeah, it's on like a circular stand, I guess. And now that you guys are pointing that out, I want to say that I've seen it before. That's so fucking stupid. This guy's so dumb. Thank you, Tuna Sandwich, for becoming a member of the 60 Skulls. Big ups. I appreciate it.
Gaming completely to spend time with his son. Crazy how times are changing. I didn't even know that he was still gaming. I knew that he occasionally still did some video content, like reacting to news and vlogging and stuff. I didn't even know that he still gamed. So he's filthy rich.
Okay.
He's a guy who literally watched other creators, okay, said, I want to do that.
Right, like you did.
Turned on a camera, randomly played a game, screamed. What is that on the wall over there? I'm going to check it out in a second. There's something on my wall. Screamed like a girl at horror games.
ADHD style Phil coming through.
By screaming at his camera like a girl playing horror games.
And DSP got all of his infamy through being drunk as shit and screaming at video games too. He just, I guess, didn't scream like a girl. He screamed like an alcoholic, pathetic loser. I'm not convinced that that's much better, in all honesty. But, you know, whatever. Neither piece of content was ever meant for me, I think. And I've been told that I shouldn't knock things that just weren't meant for me. So we'll move on positively. But yeah, he's absolutely fucking jealous that PewDiePie watched other content creators, I guess, and then made content that made money. Because that, of course, that was supposed to be DSP's money, because DSP was one of the people he watched. That's how all of this works.
Much like Markiplier and all of them, which is hilarious that they got so big screaming like sissies, right? Everyone likes this act he puts on. It's obvious it's an act. Like, anyone with a brain would be like, dude, he's not actually that scared at the games. He's overacting to be like a cartoon character. People love the character. So they fall in love with this guy. He ends up becoming this humongous Let's Player, right?
And I think it's very rude and dismissive to instantly say that, oh, these people aren't really that scared when they're jumping up and screaming. DSP wouldn't even fucking know. He doesn't allow himself to, I'm going to say, be immersed in these horror games, but like he doesn't set up the atmosphere in such a way that he can be scared or even jump scared, where all of these other content creators do. They wear the headphones, they're in the dark room, they're really invested in the lore and the plot. They're not really interacting with chat in that way. DSP just couldn't fucking relate and actually tell you if that was the case or not. He's just being dismissive because he's jealous of the money and the popularity. He wishes it was him. But he sets himself up for failure in that way because he doesn't want to be scared on stream. He thinks lesser of people that are for some reason, even though that's kind of the point of playing horror games, but we'll move on.
And he blows up in popularity. Next thing you know, people are looking at this guy like he's some kind of representative of all streamers and gamers. And it's like, is he really? Or is he just some guy that kind of got crazy lucky and blew up because of, you know, the virality of streaming and things like that? That's the way I see it.
Okay.
Then people say
he blew up because of the virality of streaming. But, well, by that fucking metric, every streamer blows up and nobody deserves their success. So I really don't understand this argument whatsoever. This is fucking stupid. This is actually a nothing style sentence.
say, oh, well, now he did this on stream and it's bad representation for all of gamers because he said this or he did this. Who made PewDiePie responsible for all of gaming? Like, who made him the face of gaming?
The
I wasn't aware that
zeitgeist.
happened. He's just some guy who screamed at a camera like a Muppet or a cartoon character. He got popular. Good on him. Right? I'm not shit-talking him. I'm just saying.
You
He
are.
played
He
a
definitely
role.
is.
People thought the role was funny. Great. What's the problem? Well, the problem is he became a multimillionaire.
Heaven forbid. Oh my God. What a problem. Everybody else sees this as a problem as well, of course. It's not just DSP seething. Everybody is pissed that PewDiePie became a multi-millionaire. Heaven forbid. That's fucking illegal. Thank you, Crooked Hound, for the 5. Saying, dude called people who have a professional multi-monitor setup tryhards and mocked them. Yes, actually 4 years. But now we've always wanted this setup cause money. Well, yeah, just it's the same with everything is the same with DSP. If he can't do it, he doesn't want to do it. It's not the way that games are meant to be enjoyed. It's not the way you're supposed to stream games or entertain an audience or this, that, or the other, all the way up until he actually can do it, in which case he's always wanted to do it. And it was the trolls that were holding him back. And that's just the way that it's always been. He's always going to be this way. It's a cope so that he doesn't actually have to improve when other people do because he's too busy blowing his money on frivolous bullshit. I agree. Thank you, Crooked Hound.
He was making millions of dollars a year doing this character. And therefore, people put so much undue attention, I feel, on the guy that he had all this pressure. And then sometimes he would make a mistake that any human would make. And everyone would be like holding him to task for it.
Mistakes any human would make, like saying slurs on stream. Now, I'm not saying I never said a slur on stream, but I'm not convinced that every human would make that mistake. I'm not convinced. I think that says more about the guy than it does about PewDiePie.
And the worst part was when people would actually like get hurt because of stuff he did, but he didn't intend for that to happen, right? If he's streaming and he says a word and people are like, what a bad word. Now all gamers are racist. It's like, what? The hell are you talking about? Dude, that's PewDiePie.
You ever met gamers? I would argue a lot of them, well, You ever hung out in a COD lobby? You ever been in a match of Halo? It's pretty tough out there sometimes.
It ain't that serious. Like, what are you? But anyway, he became ridiculously popular, ridiculously rich. Now he lives, didn't he move to Japan or whatever? And so, dude, he never has to work for the rest of his life. He can literally sit on his ass for the rest of his life, and everything's fully paid for. So why would he have to make content? If he says,
yeah,
it's
I don't called the gamer word
anymore,
for a reason.
I want to
spend
time with my family. That's his prerogative, and no one has a right to criticize him for it.
I just disagree with that logic at all. The idea that you have no right to criticize anybody for honestly anything. There's never a point in which you aren't able to criticize somebody for something. That's entirely your prerogative every single day of the week for any purpose. Be who you want to be, boss. And let them know that they're not who you want them to be, I think, personally.
Okay? Now, to put it in perspective of me, because, obviously you're asking me this question. You want my take on it, right? I'm not making the question about myself. I'm personalizing the answer towards my own experience, in my opinion. If I were ever to become filthy rich, because it ain't going to be through being a creator. I'm never going to go viral like PewDiePie did. I'm never going to have the audience he had. I'm never going to make that much money.
Well, no, you'd have to be entertaining for that.
But if I were to somehow become filthy rich right now, maybe, I don't know, maybe I win the lotto or something, right? I would still stream. Even if I don't monetize it, or maybe if I monetize the stream, I give it all away.
He thinks that this is some sort of honorable idea that he's got. This hypothetical in which he has like infinite money in a lottery that he doesn't play. Or maybe he fucking does. Who knows? He is a gambling man. He thinks that this is honorable, but all it really says is that he has nothing else going on in his life. There's nothing more important to him than streaming to these honestly retarded individuals on a regular basis. He has no friends and family that he wants to go spend extra time with. He has no extracurricular style hobbies outside of this room that he's interested in to go and experience the world and try new things and actually develop a skill. None of that is within DSP's purview. All he's ever known and will ever know is right here. And even if he had infinite money, he wouldn't change that. And he thinks that this is a good thing, as though this isn't indicative of a very, I want to say, shallow individual, somebody who just has nothing going on.
I would still stream. You might say, well, I don't get it. If you're rich, why would you want to work? Because I love this. I love sitting here chilling with you guys. Like, this is genuine fun to me. While I'm also making money, I'm having a ton of fun. So why wouldn't I want to continue it as like my side hobby? I wouldn't want to do it as much as I do. Like right now I do it full time as a job. Obviously what I would want to do is reduce the amount of time that I do it, right? And that's perfectly fine. But I would still do it because it's my passion. I wouldn't ever want to quit.
The passion really shows through.
I want to quit.
You'll see it when he's building the chair. All of the passion we have for our stream and for our viewers.
Well, that probably
Very
means he's not
passionate.
that passionate about it anymore. And you know what? If he's not, then he should quit. Why keep doing something long term that you're not passionate for anymore? Right? There's so many creators out there that they start off small, they blow up, and then they realize I didn't want to blow up. I actually just wanted to be a small time guy. And now the passion's gone because now it's all big, making tons of money. You got to worry about employees. You got to worry about all this shit.
You don't have to worry about employees and tons of shit if you just blow up and continue to make the same content. You could just continue to make the same thing. It really doesn't have to change unless you let it. But anyway, J&J, thank you for the 2, saying current day quartering is millionaire Phil. It's true. It's true. Sitting there doing the same thing and not actually aspiring for anything more. It's accurate. DSP would also buy Kat a jet so that she could take Tyroon, as I've been known to call him for some reason, all over the world and jet set with him while DSP sits here and streams, I guess. It'd be, yeah, you're right.
Never want to do that. They just wanted to make videos and fuck around. For me, that's kind of it for me. Like, I don't ever want to blow up. I just want to be a guy who's just like a normal guy who hangs out with you guys and has a good time. That's all I ask. Literally, that's all I ever want. So if ever it gets like much bigger than that, I feel like I would also maybe lose my passion for it. But if I were to become filthy rich right now, I'd be like, let's stream 2-3 times a week. Let's do a chill hangout stream. Let's play a particular game or two. Let's play a game every once in a while. But I would still want to do it. I genuinely get a lot of enjoyment out of doing it.
Place for you.
But to PewDiePie, more power to him.
More power to him. Thank you, Meth Bear, for the 5. Saying he'll never respect PewDiePie. He'll never respect the screaming sissy. He'll break his back, make him humble, and then F his ass. Well, God, I hope not. Ew. Nasty, sick, grotesque. But you're right. He will never respect PewDiePie, regardless of how honorable PewDiePie might be behaving now in Japan, as he's like essentially completely converted over to the culture of the Japanese and is very respectable over there, and as a lot of, I think he's like coding or something and making software. I want to say I saw the other day. I don't know if that's true. I've seen it on Twitter. You know how they lie. But I want to say that's what I see. And if so, very cool, very good for him, and spending time with his family. That's what people should be doing, spending time with their family. Thank you, Robert Williams, for the 21 months, saying if he had lotto money, he'd be surgically implanted to the couch. Edward 40 handing his phone with champions while Cat power washes something. Well, this is true. This is true. I like the surgically attached to the chair idea. That way he doesn't have to get up. We could install a shit style bucket for ease of use, of course. And it would be mandatory, obviously. Thank you for the 21 months, Robert Williams. I appreciate it.
If he wants to spend time with his dude, don't you think that's a noble thing? I have a family now. I'm not in my 20s single. I don't need to scream at a camera like a sissy. I'm not really a hyper intelligent individual who's educated on world events. I probably shouldn't be doing commentary videos on like the Middle East because I'm just a fucking creator who plays games and screams. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of respectable. All right, I'm just going to...
Please keep in mind, DSP was doing DS politics about a year ago and thought that he actually had anything to add to the conversation, despite being a drunk, retarded fool who just plays video games himself. The irony is not lost on me here, and obviously he can't see that about himself.
Step back and live my life now. Leave me alone.
Also, yeah, kind of a shot at Asmon Gold, to be honest. Even though we're making all that good Asmon money, we are still taking shots at him, like just taking shots. That's crazy. That's crazy work.
Sounds good to me. I don't even have a single word of criticism for that. That's seems pretty, makes sense of attitude to have. Okay, so I believe that's a stink bug on my wall. That's crawling on my wall.
Gotta get the stink bug, guys. Hang on. Are you ready for your history lesson in stink bugs? I hope you are.
To you, ladies and gentlemen, the stink bug that was on my wall. He's crawling around in this Tupperware right now. See him? So stink bugs
so stupid.
are an intrusive species that try to get into your house at this time of the year where I live in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Now, if you ever get a stink bug in your home, it is incredibly important that you do not kill it.
Penitentson asking, he has a stink bug Tupperware prepared? I didn't even think of that. Bro, what the fuck? I guess that just goes to show you how much of a problem bugs are in this guy's house. That he's got Tupperware on the ready in the room in order to capture them. That's fucking sick, dude. Call an exterminator immediately. It shouldn't be this way.
The reason being, stink bugs have a pheromone that they give off when they are in distress. And if you kill a stink bug,
it was cut. Okay, cool. If it was cut, it was cut.
Will attract other
Sorry,
stink
I was
bugs
reading
and
chat.
other
I
bugs.
didn't even see a cut.
I learned this the hard way many years ago when the very first one of these came into my home. And I did kill
Just thought he was quick with it.
It was actually by accident. I was actually trying to get him, like out of the house, and I was trying to grab it, and I killed it by accident. And within an hour, all of a sudden, 1 million bugs had come to the window of my office. I was like, "What in the holy hell?" So you catch them and you release them outside, and then you're good.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna go.
Now, I've never seen this be the case. I've killed many a stink bug in my life as somebody who. I always thought that people said that they stink and that's why you shouldn't kill them. Not something about pheromones, but I can't smell very well. Not me physically. I meant like my nose doesn't work good. I smell fine, by the way. Showered today. But I've killed many a stink bug in the house, and I've never seen 1 million bugs trying to foaming at the mouth to come in through the doors nor the windows. I've never seen that be the case, and I'm not convinced DSP has either. And that would actually require him to like monitor the windows, I think, over a course of an hour or so in order to see this. And I'm just not convinced he's got an analytical style enough mind for that. So I'm not buying this at all. I think we're literally making this up. Green Lobster, thank you so much for the 5, saying, I thought you were joking about the stink bug history lesson. What the fuck is wrong with him? No, dude, anything and everything is content when you're the guy. We're just here to ramble and waste time so the money can come in. That's it. That's actually what we're here for.
leave this ball. I'm gonna go walk out my
I'm
front door
sorry
and toss
if
it in the front bush, and I'm gonna
if
come
I
back.
got your hopes up that it was fake.
Be right back. All right. Also, he's outside, by the way. I got rid of the stink bug. If you ever see a stink bug, don't be afraid. Stink bugs are not dangerous. They don't bite. They're not poisonous. They're
Thanks.
herbivores. But the problem is they are intrusive. Number one, they will eat all your crops. So if you have like a garden, they'll actually go after your crops. So that's bad.
Right.
And they
Which
do
is
try to get inside
DSP's
your house
problem,
this time
of
of year when
course.
it's colder outside.
It's got
They wanna go
crops
to a warm
outside,
place.
farmer style Phil.
Well, what's the warmest place? Probably inside of a house. So they try to sneak in, and these damn things, they've been in my house now for 2 straight months. They keep sneaking in ever since September. They've been coming in nonstop. I find one like once a week. I have to get it out of my house. I'm not shocked that I just found one now, and there might be more. So
Yo, maybe he really does have that Tupperware on standby, a guy with long hair. Like maybe there was a cut, but maybe there really was a bowl at the ready. Like it could be both at the same time. 2 months worth of stink bugs? I mean, you got to keep it at the ready. You got to keep that motherfucking thing on you, I guess.
Dickers ate his daughter's eyes at a $5 super chat. Stink bug Diddy party at Phil's place tomorrow. Absolutely not. No Diddy parties at my place whatsoever. Stay out.
Yo, shout
by the
out
way,
Diddy, I
again,
guess.
thank
He
you to
killed
those who helped me
Tupac
shop.
and
I saved
Biggie.
around $600
so they say.
buying it all on Black Friday. I believe it was 4 different items were each significantly cheaper than they would have been if I bought them normally. So I spent a lot of money, but I actually saved a lot of money. And I appreciate people helping me all day on Friday with that. Just in general, how's the workout going? It's
saved a bunch of money, and I'm skipping the workout segment. Don't look. Yeah, saved a bunch of money, as you can see, $768, which is nothing to scoff at.
Welcome,
but when you
Moon
spend
Star.
$2,600,
Place for you.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't be calling it like that personally. But I'm a little more frugal than the guy, obviously. Thank you, Skycra, for the 22 months, so close to 2 years. I really appreciate it. Big up, Skycra, a real OG.
my side extensions, which work out your back.
Fuck you.
I looked all these exercises up, and I've been doing
Fuck you.
like that. Really? What I buy my wife? What does it have to do with you? And why do you need to know that information? Like, what kind of a question or answer are you even looking for when you're asking me personal, intrusive questions? Like, what an idiot.
I mean, when you spend $2,600 on yourself publicly in front of everybody with your big windfall money, it is kind of odd that he never stated whether or not him and Kat did anything special, went out for dinner, got something for the house that they actually needed, that she benefited in any other way. It's weird that she didn't get brought up at all, if you ask me personally. But I mean, I guess he doesn't have to say. This is part of his division in life between the stream and his personal life, because she's totally still there, and she's totally not fat, you guys, I promise.
I have no idea, Andrew. I don't pay attention to them. You're asking the wrong person. I don't pay any attention to my detractors. All I know is people who come on here and say stuff about them. I don't watch their content. I don't give a shit.
I don't even watch their
I'll
content,
guarantee you
dude.
this. It's been a week now since the Asmon Gold interview, correct? I've gotten tremendous extra viewership on my streams, as you can see if you just take
She's
a look
in the
at
garbage disposal, brother. She's not fitting in the garbage disposal, and the amount of pieces you'd have to put her into to fit in there, it just wouldn't be worth it. I mean, he wouldn't be able to stream all the chopping and hacking he would have to do. Well, we're gonna move on positively. My bad.
Double what I was getting.
It's a little gruesome,
no
to be
exaggeration.
honest.
About double the viewership that I had before Asmon Gold, for sure. Okay. Support has been great, has it not? Every stream I'm doing incredibly well. Okay. Couldn't be happier. I haven't asked for a single contribution since I got off the stream with Asmon Gold. So it's been a week. Right? So what exactly do you think they're talking about? Do you think if they're saying something that they're talking about reality? Or do you think that they're just talking about their useless, nonsensical memes, their garbage content that completely lies, over-exaggerates? Because in their minds, as I explained to Asmon Gold, whenever I do something to improve myself, they just move the goalpost to the next thing. So if it's not that my content sucks and I don't have the best quality content, I'm a dinosaur, I'm behind the times. If it's not that I rage too much, I blame the game developers, all of that. If it's not that I'm playing mobile games and spending all my money on WWE champions. If it's not that, oh, well, now he just sits around and begs all day. So what's the next thing? Because you know there's a next thing.
Well, it could still be the burping into the microphone. It could still be the dismissive way that you talk about your wife and all of the people in your life in the past, and the way that you treated them and never actually made any sort of amends. It could be the way that you are very frequently just throwing all of your cash money away in such a dismissive way that is not indicative of any sort of saving or long-term goals at all. I mean, when you give people such a list of qualities that they hate about you, when you give them such an extensive list, it's only natural that they go down the list when you finally, let's say, do make these improvements, and you could even argue that he hasn't made them anyway, but let's pretend he did. There's still so much to improve on. Like, you're not going to get your ass pats. It's just not going to happen. You can hope for them and wish for them all you'd like, but you can't make it a reality until you fix all of the things. And the list is just so long. Of course, the goalpost is going to be moved, and that's not even moving the goalpost. These are complaints people have had forever. I mean, even the next clip that we're going to watch here in a few minutes is the idea that he would stream himself putting up a chair, I think, is an insult to his audience. I think it's a lack of value and respect for their time and their money, to be honest. So we could even just start there. Like, he still has a lot more to do, even if we grant him the kindness of saying he's improved already.
Will never not be a next
But he doesn't
thing.
get it.
That's how they are.
He
But
wants
for
his
me,
ass pats
I don't
every
care.
step of the way.
I'm already on to my better life for a whole week now. I don't have to worry about anything. I just chill with you guys and have a great time every day, and I'm happy. So why do I give a crap what they're doing to cope for the fact that now I have changed for the better, and all the things that they have said are bullshit?
It's
and
not
there's
all
nothing
of
else for
them.
them to
And it was never bullshit. If you had to improve yourself and change your ways in order to make them bullshit, then they weren't bullshit. They were true statements then. And again, granting him that he's changed, which I, again, could argue not.
really have a gripe with. That there's 5 million other people out there that are far worse than me, that are doing things right now that they should not agree with, yet they're still making content about me, right?
Right.
Like, why would I care?
But what
Let
about
make
them,
their
you
content,
guys?
And I don't care.
It's always a whataboutism. It's never, the problem is never DSP. It's always a whataboutism. What about this person that's scamming? What about that person that's lying? Well, I'm not nearly as intricately familiar with those people, and I don't find them nearly as off-putting and interesting. And I mean that in a derogatory way, of course, as well as unique and robust, all derogatories. None of those people are as unique, interesting, and robust as the guy. That's why I talk about the guy. A normal style scammer stealing money is not interesting. Or I would be like Kit Boga or something. And I'm not talking to Indians all day. You can't make me.
At all about what they say and do. You know, that's it. Don't give a shit. None of their criticisms are valid, so why do I give a shit? You guys, if you want to criticize me and say, hey, let's improve this way or that way, I'll listen to you. I ain't going to listen to these people who they benefit by saying that I'm bad in some way. Because then what's their benefit to ever having me improve? There is none. They want me to be this joke so they can make money, right? Make their videos. So I don't listen to their crap. I don't give a shit.
See, and the benefit, if you were to follow my advice, would just, I would not have to do this and not have to do this. I like being here, believe it or not, as angry as I sound sometimes. But I could just do this less often. And that would be really cool. I could spend time doing other things like playing Morrowind. That would be robust and meaningful to me as well. And I would enjoy that. That would be the benefit to me. That's why I want DSP to improve. The day that DSP solves all of his problems is the day Atlas the Bookkeeper logs off the channel indefinitely and goes and makes a different project doing something else. But I can't do that until we reach the pinnacle. And we're never going to get there.
Ever talk about them again? Don't ever ask about them, and I won't talk about them again. Because you notice I don't unless you guys ask me. So if you don't want to talk about it, don't ask me about it. My audience, and when I say my audience, I mean my audience that I've had for years, not this newfound audience that I got in the last week. But my audience generally don't like watching me play retro games. And that, for me, it is disappointing because I'm a child of the 90s. I grew up in the 80s, but I was playing gaming in the 90s and as a teenager. My formative years of gaming were based around games like Final Fantasy 4 and 6, Chrono Trigger, Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Street Fighter 2, right? These are the games I grew up absolutely loving. And I would love to play these games for a modern audience. But whenever I try, I don't get much interest. Case in point, it was 2-3 years ago, I played Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Tipper, they called that one. That's how much the audience didn't give a shit. Pat Noticer, keep on noticing, for the 5, saying this is like the 9th or 10th time he's changed for the better. The pig who cried suspenseful. The pig who cried suspenseful is lost on me. I'm not suspenseful. But anyway, it's true. It's true. And if you're going to sit there and say that you've changed for the better over and over and over again, maybe you didn't make all of the changes that were a requirement for the ass pats you're looking for. You know, he doesn't understand. I'm convinced that maybe Mama Burnell was too kind-hearted on little Philly here to actually raise him to understand that. I think that's something that you might get from childhood and actually having expectations placed upon you, but we'll move on positively. Thank you for the 5, of course. I really appreciate it.
Because I was just absolutely craving this game. And I played it. I loved it. The playthrough
Yeah,
didn't do good.
maybe. Not
I
maybe
still
not
played
maybe.
the whole thing, but it's now twice I've played Chrono Trigger, and I said, well, if the playthrough does well, then I'll go back and I'll do all the alternate endings. We'll actually unlock all the optional content or whatever. It never works. It's like I'll just do the base game, and people get bored and stop showing up, and I'm like, oh, it's frustrating. Same thing happened with Clair Obscur this year, where I love the game. Hands down, Game of the Year contender for me. Not saying it's going to be my Game of the Year, but it's a Game of the Year contender for me. I get to Act 3. Everyone's like, just finish the game and stop playing it. We don't want to show up anymore. We're tired of this game. Play anything else.
Pig Who Cried successful. Thank you, Pat Noticer, for the correction. I agree. It's true. It's true. That is what's going on there. Autocorrect, do be a bitch.
And I'm like, sucks, because I love this game. I want to actually do all the content and unlock it, and I couldn't. Now, with this newfound audience, you guys are committing to come by and hang out and support it. I'm going to play more Clair Obscur this month. I can't wait to go back to Clair Obscur this month, quite frankly.
I can't wait.
I'm really excited for it. So,
Totally fucking disjointed Clair Obscur playthrough. Imagine coming back months and months later to a game that most people don't even remember you playing and expecting them to chill out for that. Oh my god. What a crazy expectation. Which I think is kind of sad because I didn't play Clair Obscur, but I did actually have the plot explained to me by my boy from work the other day. That actually sounds like a pretty cool game, not gonna lie. That plot sounds interesting. It's a shame that the way that I experienced the game was through the guy, and I don't want to pay the money for it. So, anyway, thank you, Paul Turner, for the 15 months, saying it might not have been the KC plan of stringing Phil along with money, but the Roaches are proving that even Phil can have too much of a good thing. Well, absolutely. That's always been the case. DSP is his own worst enemy and always has been. It doesn't matter how much success you hand him, how much money, how much sway, how much influence. He always throws it all away inevitably because he's just too fucking stupid. It's the way it has to be. Thank you, Paul Turner, for the 15 months. I appreciate it.
I'm excited for the future where I can have more people watch me play the kind of stuff that I like rather than me be limited to always playing new game. Because that's kind of how it's almost always been. If I'm not playing something new, it doesn't really get attention. G-Man, in general, I've stayed away from doing user interactive content simply because my trolls are so bad, they ruin it.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you an example because, again, you guys probably would not know this.
You guys
Way
wouldn't
back
even
in the
know
day,
this.
we're talking 10 years ago. Every single year, in December, actually, it was around this time of year, I would actually do what I called the Fan Appreciation Series. All right? For about 2 weeks, I would do almost nonstop multiplayer lobbies, fan interactive events, and just generally fun stuff with my audience. So, you know, play some Battlefield together with a party that we all coordinate, play some Call of Duty, play some Assassin's Creed multiplayer, play some fighting games, right? That kind of stuff. And it worked. It was great. For many years, we had a great time with it. And particularly, I remember when it finally fell apart. I think it was Metal Gear Solid 5 had a multiplayer mode. And
Never
I
played
made the
it.
lobby.
Not Metal Gear Solid 5, but the multiplayer mode.
And half the lobby was trolls. So because of that,
Sadly,
the people who
all of your
actually
fans
wanted
suffered?
to play and had scheduled time in their schedules logistically. Keep in mind, I have an international viewer base. It's not like everyone's American and we're all here on the same times. Like, I had to figure out streaming times around when people would be there, when they could. I had slots set up, people showing up. You can play now. You can play now. We figured it all out. And
by the way, he did not have to do that. Yes, this is a decade ago we're talking about, but he did not have to do that. He could have just streamed whenever he wanted in these time slots, whenever he wanted. And the people that really wanted to play with him would have found the time, would have found a spot that worked for them, or they wouldn't have, in which case, who gives a shit? But they would have found a way if they really wanted to play with him and make the time. That's kind of the expectation, if you ask me. The idea that a streamer would curtail their schedule, their content schedule around playing with people from around the world that are their fans is a bit weird, if you ask me.
we go to play it. The trolls completely ruin it for everyone. They're giving away position. They're teabagging. They're shooting guns wildly into the air, basically making it unplayable. Now imagine you're a fan of mine. You've been waiting years to be able to play with me. It finally gets coordinated. You go to play. The entire thing's ruined by trolls. How would you feel? Shitty, right? So after that, and again, it wasn't just that was every game. It ended up being Battlefield, it ended up being Call of Duty. They ruined all of them. And I said, there's no point in doing it anymore. I don't want to give them the opportunity to basically ruin what's supposed to be a positive event for my viewers who like me. So I just stopped doing the events. And instead, I kind of stayed to myself doing single player content. If I do multiplayer content, I'm just a random that drops into a lobby, plays, and drops out.
private lobbies that are communicated through discords or memberships, like, not that they're foolproof, not that trolls can't, you know, spend the $5 or whatever to get in and figure it out, but like, definitely could have made it happen, could have been a benefit to the fans we have that are asking after this style of content. We could have done it. It's all just excuses after excuses of why we can't do things that people want, and we can't put in any sort of effort. That's all this has ever been for the past decade now. We've been relying on the trolls to ruin everything so that we have to put in the bare minimum of effort and play single player games exclusively and never interact with the world, because that's what he wants. He doesn't want to talk to these people. He doesn't want to interact with them, probably because he knows that they're retarded, but I can't prove that. But I think that's what it is. He just doesn't want to do it. And I wish he would just come out and say it instead of relying on the evil troll menace at the end of the day. Thank you, Pat Noticer, for the 2, saying trolls left a trail of tea bags.
I found workarounds to stop the
They're so
trolling as long
mean.
as I don't do certain kinds of stuff. And even then, the times that I have attempted to do it, so for example, with Street Fighter, because you're even saying something like, would you play a Street Fighter tournament with your viewers? I've done lobbies, like Street Fighter lobbies, where I say anyone can join, here's the lobby. 9 times out of 10, it's some idiot, their name is something insulting to myself or my family members, or it's doxing, something awful. I play them, I kick their ass, and then what's the point? No one got anything out of that. They think that they got one up on me for having this messed up name on the screen. Even though I whooped their ass, they're like, haha, mission accomplished. And it's like, so what did I do it for? And by the way, typically
Well, they did kind of win because they've cemented themselves in your content for the rest of forever, because the SP is not smart enough to edit it out or wants to take the time and effort to do that. So yeah, in your content forever, Cat's Fat Gunt 420 is going to be, you know, the guy that you fought for 15 minutes straight, and he put up a half decent fight, even if you won. I mean, Cat's Fat Gunt 420 is there. There's nothing that you can do about it because you're too lazy. That's a dub.
they don't do well. Like when I do those lobbies, it's not like I get attention and people are liking the content. It's more like, wow, Phil's just beating up on scrubs. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I whoop on them because they're not there to be good. They're there to get the attention for being there. You see? That's why I kind of just stopped doing that stuff. There was no point.
Also, yes, he's very dismissive about Pop and Raw Phil, who routinely beat his ass and put him to shame. He's completely glossing over that.
I think it was a month of lobbies in Street Fighter 6 when the game was new. No one really liked it, and I stopped doing it, and that was the end of it. No, you see, it's not. Copium says, yeah, but dumpstering trolls is fun from time to time. No, it's not. Listen, I have nothing to prove. All right? I don't.
Well,
I've already won. I'm the one whose life is getting to play video games and hang out with an audience all day on the internet. That's my job. I've already beaten the trolls. The fact that they need to like...
Is that the W we're going to rest on? Because if I recall correctly, the guy has outright stated that he will never have children. One of the greatest, enjoyments and milestones in a person's life. He will never have children because of trolls. That is single-handedly the biggest W that you could ever have as a troll, is ending the DSP lineage, actually factually in history. We could never lose again. It's actually all up from here. Nothing but success. We won. The war is over. Everything else after this is just insult to injury. Playing video games for a living, who gives a shit, brother? You make dog shit content and play games terribly, and you get laughed at and made fun of every single day. Where's the win? Because you can stay in your house? Very cool, man. I guess you're winning more than a homeless person. Congratulations.
Do fucked up things to try to take stabs at me because they're so jealous and pissed off that I'm successful. I've already won.
Yeah, bullied out of the gene pool is crazy.
No point. I don't get any satisfaction out of beating them in a fighting game. I already know I'm better. I don't need to waste my time. Thank you to Raider Randy for $5. Do it anyway, even if there's trolls. Trolls can still be good content. Nah. No, you see, here's the thing, and this is where I differentiate myself from other people who have been categorized as lol cows, okay, and have done this kind of thing. There are tons of people out there, they get harassed, they're categorized as lol cows, and they lean into the content. They lean into it. Laugh with the meme, play with the troll, give them what they want, keep the circus going. Hell, even self-deprecate yourself, embarrass yourself for money. As long as you're making a paycheck, it doesn't matter, right? There's a saying that I started saying last year in regards to this mentality. Okay.
Oh, so it's not really a saying then. It's just something he fucking made up. This is not like a historical quote that has any sort of, history of being used in time. This is actually just something that he fucking made up.
Okay. Once you put the clown makeup on, it never washes off. What does that mean? It means that once you lower yourself to the level of being a lolcow and you accept it, and now this becomes your reality, your persona, this is you on the internet, so just lean into it, you can't ever go back. Now, you have to do lolcow content, or else you can never get success ever again. You might have once been known as someone who made news reports, vlogging, gameplay, chill streams. But the moment that you become this monetized the lolcow status, that is all you will ever be for the rest of your life, and you have to accept it or quit. There's people who are learning that the hard way right now.
Were we talking about DSP?
I feel
All by
bad for
name.
these people who maybe got into something they didn't realize they were getting into, and now they're stuck. And they try so hard, and they don't know what's going on. Like, well, you know, you think about it.
Does this happen to pertain to one Wings of Redemption, one Jordy Jordan that we're actively trying to collaborate with and grift off of? Could that be one of the individuals that we're talking shit on right now in a very rude way? And not that you have to put respect on fucking Wings of Redemption's name, but if you're gonna try and fucking work with him and play niceties to his face, you could at least put some respect on his name now. Jesus Christ, it's just so disrespectful.
You entertained the trolls. You gave them what they wanted. You took their money. You took their attention.
And the Wolverine doll is right. By his own reasoning, a resurgence is impossible because he's already been a joke. So according to himself, he will always be a joke. And he definitely put on the clown makeup during the Kino arc. So is that makeup wash offable, or we're built different? My bad. I forgot that the pig roach is built different.
But now that's all you'll ever get for the rest of your life. For me, I've been the one who staunchly fights against it. I don't care what you call me. I'm still going to be legit. I'm still going to make positive content that my viewers are going to be entertained by and support. Therefore, you can call me whatever you want, and you can make up the slander and the memes or whatever. I'm not going to buy into your garbage. I'm going to be successful on my own means by making content that doesn't hurt others or leave toxicity and garbage and just this slop on the internet. Instead, my playthrough
mission failed. We'll get him next time. Like, what do you mean you're not going to leave toxicity and slop all over the internet? That is quite literally the DSP method. He, like, patent pending style fucking slop. Generational slop is what DSP has pushed on the internet since the very beginning. I've never seen anybody on the internet push more slop than the guy. Just on a pure volume basis, it doesn't happen. Over 60,000 videos of garbage that he's left just sitting about on a server, wasting space.
Are still going to be there for years to come. So if someone wants to see Heavy Rain from 2010, they can see it. If someone wants to see me play Arc Raiders from 2025, they can still see it. And that gameplay is legit. It's meaningful. It's not harmful. And it's a fun experience to watch no matter when you watch it. It's not just pertinent to the moment where I decided to cash in on a lolcow joke. Instead, it's actual good content. You see, you can look at my body of work for 17 years, and you can argue that early on I was kind of extreme with the way that I did commentary, sure. But you'd be really hard pressed to look at my content and be like, Phil made toxic, harmful content to the internet to get over. He stepped on people to get where he was. He
definitely shit on all of those developers, and it was at their expense and the expense of the reputation of the games that he played when he shit on them. Absolutely. I don't know how many people actively take DSP's opinion into account today, but back in the day, somebody definitely did. Somebody missed out on playing a game. Maybe they probably would have if DSP hadn't told them that it was shit and the developers should go jump or whatever he was talking about. You can't even argue that. This is fucking insane. It's nonsense. Thank you, U.S. Bankruptcy Division, for the 5. I appreciate it. Saying, big ups, guy. His old chair is actually stationary. I don't know if you're allowed to say that. Look up Respawn 900 gaming recliner, and you can see the mass-produced Chinese crap in its glory. All right, I'll see if I go get a good picture of that and pull it up on stream.
Himself and others. No, I never did. I stepped away from that. I avoided it. I said, I refuse. So that's the difference between me and these other people. Maybe these other people would think, well, the only way I can get money or attention is to do the lobby and have a bunch of trolls in it. I'm not going to do the lobby. Fuck the trolls. I'm not going to give them anything. They don't deserve it.
You
they
wish, buddy.
Shit for me. So why am I going to do them a solid or a favor? You know what I mean? I could have capitalized and tried to bank, but then I would be the joke forever. I don't want to be the joke. I want to be a serious creator like I've always worked hard to do. 17 years, over 68,000 videos. That's my legacy.
16 years, man. Singing the same song.
Morons made to capitalize on the algorithm, make a buck on my back by lying about me. That's not meaningful content. That's the slop that melts brains, and the people who watch it are dumb as fuck.
That's
okay?
you. That's you
Me,
guys. You
I'm gonna
guys are
make
dumb.
meaningful
I
content
make
that people can come
slop
back-
and you're dumb. Welcome to the party. Okay, here's DSP's super robust and meaningful chair here. As you can see, he's got the I wish you could see my mouse, but he's got the circular style base on that. This is definitely some shit an old retarded man would buy, if you ask me. I don't know what sensible person would ever use this. This looks. It reminds me of those like gaming chairs from the mid 2000s that had like the speakers in them, and you could like plug your controllers into them, and they sat on the floor. You guys remember those? That's what this is giving to me. This is like the next step up. In that it's not really good as an all-rounder. But anyway, yeah, it really didn't have wheels on it. That's fucked. That's twisted. What a scam. Wheels should be mandatory, if you ask me. Yeah, the banana chairs, if you want to call them that.
Act and like no matter what. Maybe actually enjoy games and have a good time. All right? That's who I aspire to be. Maybe I won't ever get there. Maybe I will. I don't know. But I'm going to keep working on it. I'm not going to give up. You know?
Bro thinks he's Charles.
Yeah, the fan lobby. I love doing it. Like, I would love interacting with fans and having a good time. How can I do that when all I'm doing is feeding the trolls? Just like people who say, well, if your wife's doing better, why doesn't she come on stream? Because it doesn't matter how my wife's doing. It doesn't matter if my wife is much.
It doesn't matter how my wife is doing is a crazy thing out of context, by the way. Like, I know he's taking a dig at the trolls, and it's none of your business, and that's not information you need to know. But anyway,
Healthier now and happier and comes on stream. They will still say nasty things about my wife because that's all they want is ammo, fuel for them to make more content. So why give it to them? I refuse. Let them sit and spin and be upset that for the last week they have nothing. All they can do is go back to their old shtick of nonsense that it does not apply anymore. And I'm happy moving forward with my life. It says respect for the self-respect. Exactly. I need to be able to respect myself and the content that I put out to be able to get out of bed every day and come on the stream and make more content. I can't be a person who hates who I am and what I do because I would not want to do this for a job anymore.
Okay, but that says more about his character, that he doesn't hate the way that he behaves on stream, that he has no quarrel with begging and lashing out at his viewers and banning people for the slightest jokes. He has no problem with that. There's no quarrel at all. He enjoys that. That's who he wants to be. Like, that's not a positive, man. Any sort of introspection would be appreciated. Thank you, Green Lobster, for the 5. Saying, do you think when he realizes that he doesn't control how the internet views his legacy, he'll put on the clown makeup or end it all? I don't know that he'll ever realize. I think he will actually die on stream, because that's the way that DSP is going, is death on stream. I think he will die on stream thinking that he was always in control and the internet actually loved him. He will be so self-pignatized that he will die in that mind state, which is really a shame. But if anybody deserved it, it would be him. Not that I want that to happen, of course. I disavow my own words here, but you know
what I'm saying? I don't want to be someone who just punches a clock and puts in hours to print a paycheck for myself and my family. I actually want to think that the content I'm making is worthwhile and worth the time I put into it, you see? And also that it's not slop that's brain rotting the world, because that's the problem. All of this nasty, toxic, hater, detractor content is brain slop that's melting the brains of the world.
It's brain slop.
It really is. It's actually hurting human culture. This should
Whoever
not be
taught
a cultural
DSP
movement
the
to
word
hate on
slop
people and
needs
crap
to
on
be
people and bully people on
eradicated.
the internet. That should be what we rally against. Say, don't do that. That's terrible. That's for dumb people. That's for horrible people. That's not what nice, aspiring people who want to help and improve human society should be doing.
Does DSP think that he's helping human society improve by making the content he makes? Is he actually that fucking delusional? He thinks that this is at the betterment of humanity? Like somebody's day. Well, I guess he really does think that somebody's day is brightened by the fact that he exists. So I guess I'll stop my questioning there. He is that deluded.
But I don't know why people think it's just so fun and acceptable. It doesn't make sense at all. It shouldn't be. We should be calling this out and drawing attention to it and exposing these communities for what they are: toxic, awful things that are actually, ruining human existence.
Yeah, detractors are ruining human existence just as a whole. So I hope you enjoy being a part of the problem, you fucking mouth droolers. And unfortunately, that was only one clip. We've been here a while, and I wanted to cut parts of that out initially, but there's just every single piece was so stupid. I felt like I was doing a disservice. So we're gonna go into the balding DSP clip. We're gonna look at the Norwood scale even, I think, at one point, and we're gonna build this fucking chair.
Well, let me tell you something.
Now, if you didn't
Going on,
see the guy
everyone?
build the chair,
Welcome
you're in for a
to what is
treat
undoubtedly
here.
going to be an interesting stream. As tonight, I'm doing something completely different. I'm going to move the mic down in just a second. In fact, you know what? I might as well adjust it now.
It's crazy that we even have this view in the first place. Like, the fact that this exists is a problem. And like I said, I think an insult
I
to
want to
his
position the
own
microphone
viewers.
so you guys can actually hear me while I'm doing this tonight. Because tonight, it is time to upgrade my setup. Oh, shoot. That's exactly what I
Anybody
didn't want
looking
to
for a
happen.
dick imprint in his
Didn't want that
sweatpants
to
is
get
ban
loose
on
and
site.
I want
Rock
to rotate
low.
the
This is your one warning.
This way, okay.
I don't want to hear about any sort of
So,
imprints. Let's
tonight-
not.
Here on the channel, I am going to be doing the new setup. I'm going to build my new chair. We're going to get and unbox the new monitors.
Hmm.
We are going to hook those up with one of them is going to have a monitor arm coming off of here. One of them is just going to be sitting right here. But the only way to do it is like this. There's no, there's no way to like position the cameras or anything. Otherwise, this is fine.
You could do it off stream.
I'm glad that I have a
That would be
setup that
my-
we can do this. You can hear me, right? So this should be fine. But it should be interesting. It's going to take a while. The chair is huge. The chair's box is giant. I didn't expect it to be this big, but it is like ridiculously huge.
That's what she
and
said.
I don't know how this is going
but
to go
not to
tonight.
the guy, of course.
I might not even be able to like update the
To me,
leaderboard or whatever,
free.
but we'll see.
Also, complaining about the fucking size of a chair, like the box of the chair, I think is indicative of the fact that the working out is not necessarily as beneficial as he's saying. Nobody under the age of, I would argue, 55 should be incapable of lifting the chair box. I don't know that they would even ship chairs in boxes that are of a weight that should be complained about, but we can move on positively.
This is a necessary evil. I don't have time to do this kind of stuff off stream because I stream so much. If I didn't do this tonight as a stream, I don't know when I would do it.
Off
I would
stream.
just have to not stream at all, and I'd rather stream it than not stream it.
Why? And that's all I could ask during this entire clip is why that's the case. Because he says it 4 or 5 times, I want to say, throughout this whole clip, that he would rather stream it than not stream it. And if he didn't stream it, he wouldn't stream anything. That is actually the superior answer. That is the way that it should have been the entire time. It would have been more respectful to his audience. He wouldn't have made a fool of himself, as we're going to see here. And he could have just come on the stream the next day and been like, guys, look, new chair, new arms, monitors set up. This is robust and meaningful to me and you. Thank you for the support. Let's get into the content. That's all this ever had to be. But instead, we made it a focal point, and now the trolls and detractors get to make fun of it. It's just him feeding the cycle, like he says he does.
I'm not even going to make a video of this. I'm just going to leave it up as a video archive. I don't see a reason to record and or do a video of this, separate. We'll just leave it as a stream archive if anyone wants to watch it. I've done this recently with a bunch of different stuff that I've done. How does this sound for you guys? Can you hear me?
And why?
Can everyone hear me tonight?
Thank you, Task Chair General, for the 10.
gonna look weird.
Saying, come, Nerevar, friend
Welcome,
or
Woman Star.
Felter.
I have prepared a place for you.
Come and look up the guy. We will speak for the chat and the Snortfort and drive the mongrel detractors from the internet. Well, that sounds like a just and righteous cause. I might just look upon the guy. You sound trustworthy. Thank you for the 10 Canadian, even though it's not real money. And thank you, Red Bird, for joining the 60 Skulls. It doesn't have a month on it, but you're an OG too. I know.
That's for sure. But wow, the camera quality is great. I just brought it up on the laptop. The camera
Oh
quality
boy, camera quality is so
with
good,
these
you
cameras.
guys.
They're made for this. Like, they're literally made for this kind of thing, to be maneuverable and usable at different angles, different focuses in the office. They're all on autofocus, so great. Yes, this is my actual channel. Welcome to a very humble stream tonight, where all I'm doing is I'm upgrading my office setup so that I can have new stuff. And, it's going to be wild to see how I can make this happen, how much of a pain this is going to be. Man, I'm glad that I'm working out now, because I had to get that chair
my
upstairs. It was incredibly
God.
heavy, but because I've been working out, I was easily able to lift it up the stairs. Otherwise, I probably would have ended up hurting myself. So good thing I've been working out for many
So
months now,
sad.
lifting and everything, so I was able to do it.
Grandpa should
Okay.
have just called a mover or something.
All right, well, what I'm going to do is 2 things. I'm going to go use the restroom. I wanted to get the stream up and running so that people would be here, for the beginning of this. So
Why?
I'm going to get set up here.
Dude, I can't even wrap my mind around the fact that he wanted people here for this. When he says himself, it'll be here in a minute, that this is not going to be entertaining, that it's not the normal style content that he does, and he expects no money. Why did we want the stream running before we took the bathroom break? It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It's disrespectful at its core.
I'm just gonna use the bathroom quick, and I'm also gonna actually, I guess I could just tweet out now that we're going live, and I'm gonna do my best as I'm building the chair or whatever. I have both chats in front of me here. The chair has to be step one. Once the chair is built, then I can adjust the tables to the height of the chair that's needed, because both of these tables are height adjusting tables, and I can't do a height adjustment until I know how high it has to be. Okay. Then once we have the heights correct, then I can unbox the monitors. One of the monitors is going to go right here on this table for now.
And we have to give you the
other monitor, I'm going to
pre-plan
build the
here.
monitor arm and attach it to this table and have it be maneuverable. And then once all that's in place, then we can plug the speakers, which are across the office, into the monitor, get those working. I'm going to move the TV back to have the speakers in the right spot. I'm going to reposition my key light. So we've got a lot of work to do in about 2.5 to 3 hours. So if you're here to chill and have a good time with me, you're in the right place. If you're looking for
yeah, nothing says chill hanging out like building a fucking chair together, am I right? And it will be together because the guy is obviously incapable of actually doing anything without having his hooves held. Thank you, I am Joe Dub, for the 5 and pointing out that Phil's made almost and maybe more than $500,000 uploading 20 to 30 minute or 20 to 30 10-minute slop gaming playthrough videos a day, and still makes slop vids to this day. It's true, but he's not a part of the problem, obviously.
gameplay, you're looking to be highly entertained all night, probably not going to happen. But if you're just here to relax and chill and interact, and while I'm doing this, absolutely, you're in the right spot. Just hang out with me here tonight as I upgrade the office, okay?
The sheepdog pointing out that together
Truck Sim tonight?
does not include cat for him. Well, and that's a great point because he often talks about how he doesn't have time to hang out with his wife off stream and this, that, and the other. They don't get enough time together. This is the exact type of thing that she could just be sitting in the room and like talking to him, or maybe she could help him build like actually physically and get the job done faster. And they could just interact with each other in that way and spend that time together for his stream because he makes, you know, he's the breadwinner. He pays the bills, I think. That would actually be like a useful use of your time, if that is not too many words of or uses of the word use.
My apologies. I would
But we can't do that. We have to make it the fucking audience's problem.
Because if I wait till Wednesday to do everything when the new desk arrives, there's no way I'll do it all in one day. Like seriously, it's just way too much. For one day. Mozzie says, figure out a lo-fi playlist for when I'm away. I'm not going. I'm just going to brush my teeth and use the bathroom. It's going to be like less than 5 minutes. And I'll be right back. And then I'm here all night. I just got to get my knife so that I can actually get the chair parts out of the box. I'm sure there's a ridiculous amount of chair parts in that box that I need to take out and put over here. I'll like prop them up against the wall. And then we're going to start building. Okay.
All right.
So that's this order. Quick break for me to use the bathroom and you know, brush my teeth and stuff.
We got to go through the schedule again. Hang on, guys.
On the chair. Chair needs to be built first. Once the chair is built, then we work on unboxing the monitors, which I can do
Did he not brush his teeth? No, we have to take the break to brush our teeth. Brushing your teeth is important to do on stream. Doing it before the stream is unacceptable. Don't look at the pre-Atlas stream routine where I wake up and brush my teeth immediately. Don't look at that. I'm not a real true streamer like the guy.
The first monitor will go here and replace this laptop. Finally, I'll be able to get rid of this laptop. Can't wait to get rid of it because I shouldn't be using a laptop anymore. I have a PC right here I could do this stuff with. I don't need the laptop. And then I unboxed the other one. I got to build this monitor arm. I've never done that before. I just opened the box. I looked at it. I was like, dude, there's like 1,000 parts in here. It's just a monitor arm. I thought it would be like pre-assembled. No, the thing's like in
Why would it be pre-assembled?
I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be like a 5,000 piece Lego puzzle.
Oh my god!
I hope not.
Well, that's what happens when you buy the fucking most expensive hydraulic fucking monitor arm that you could possibly find. Thank you, Sergeant Fanbro, for the 9 months. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And then we'll go from there. Let's see how much we can get done tonight, because obviously I would like to get it done tonight so we can stream all games tomorrow. But it depends on how far we get tonight. Okay. All right. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna go use the restroom and brush my teeth. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna immediately open that box and start putting the pieces of the chair over here.
Just the third time we've read the schedule.
The chair. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. Tonight, as we chill and do this, if you guys would like to contribute, thank you. I'm not going to ask for anything. I would assume if ever there was going to be a stream that this would not do very well for me support-wise, it would be this one. I'm literally building things and building my office here for future streams. You know, I get it. You know, but if you would choose to support the stream, thank you in advance. If I see the tip, which I already got one, I'm going to shout.
Yeah, this is begging, by the way. Like, he doesn't understand that mentioning money in this capacity is begging. He actually doesn't understand that. It doesn't compute in his brain. But by saying, if there was ever a stream where I don't get it, this would be the one, you are like by proxy asking for that to not be the case. That's what's happening here.
Out in a second. I'll shout it out.
He
If there's a
couldn't
super
fathom
chat,
it though. He thinks
okay,
if he
or
doesn't
subs on
actually
Kick,
say
I
the
should
words, it
already
doesn't
hear
count.
it should play through the speakers, so I should know that I need to shout it out. I'll do my best. Okay, that's all I can do is I can try to do my best, and I apologize in advance if I miss stuff tonight. I'm probably going to. Okay. Oh look, under penalty of law, don't remove this tag. Under penalty of law, never removed it.
Nice, super
That
buff
one won't tear
DSP over here. Can't rip off
that
the
one won't tear off.
tag.
I'm gonna have to cut it.
Too tough.
One tear it off easily. Now this one's on here. I don't want to destroy the cushion.
Also committing crimes on the stream. He's no
I'm
better
not
than these
kidding you.
dirty Twitch whores.
I don't see the instruction book anywhere. It's not in that box. It could maybe is it attached to one of these parts? I don't know why it would be. There's no instructions. Let me open this just to be safe to see is it in here with the parts. I don't see it because it looks like it's just cardboard with parts.
Yeah.
So just to for the sake of argument, let me look here. But I don't think it's
What
in
are you
here.
arguing with?
See, the QR code was included in the purchase. There's a zillion QR codes on the box, but they're on a shipping label.
Well, I don't think that those are it then, you fucking mong. It would definitely be inside the box, not on the fucking outside tags. Jesus Christ.
There's no instructions in here. This is literally just hardware and an Allen wrench, so that's not it. Okay. Let's see here. So...
All right, and now that you heard that, I have to point out, not only have DSP's notifications and alerts been incredibly obnoxious since the start of December, especially with the stolen credit card alert, but the fact that we actually have what sounds like some fat piece of shit breathing into the microphone in a COD lobby as a notification or an alert, awful. Goddamn awful. It's so terrible. And the fact that he doesn't understand that's what it sounds like and it's just a bad experience for audio styles is insulting. And again, very disrespectful. Could have come up with 1,000 different iterations of alert noises that are indicative of a winter style theme. And instead, he picked what sounded like someone breathing into the fucking microphone. Very cool. Very awesome. Yes, that was an alert, and you will continue to hear it, I guess, for the rest of the month if you watch the guy in clips. So, awesome.
I got a $1 anonymous tip. Thank you for that. And I got a $2 New Zealand super chat. Put random bits together with tape. No.
No.
I am not seeing instructions anywhere. It's called the Corsair T3 Rush is the model of the chair. Okay. I'm going to check again, but I really don't see instructions anywhere in the box. I can't imagine them not putting instructions into any kind of furniture.
Bald.
I don't think
I'm
there's been a
waiting
single
for
time
a
in my life I bought
better
furniture that
angle.
there was no instructions.
Oh, low-key, that one wasn't bad, but I don't know that VLC is going to give it to me.
Not putting instructions into any kind of furniture. Like, I don't think there's been a single time in my life I bought furniture that there was.
Look at that. Look at that. Just give it up, buddy. Give it up. It's not worth it anymore. I didn't actually download the Norwood scale. I'm sorry. I put it in the thumbnail. Didn't actually download the image. That's my bad. I apologize. I'll see if I can pull it up here. But I mean, if you suffer from something like this, if you're at the age where you're losing it a little bit, you're thinning out, my recommendation to you would probably, well, first and foremost, not set up a camera at this angle would be my first and foremost advice, but probably also to just let it go, man. Just let it go. Oh, he started. Okay, but he's balding from like the front, which is very odd if you ask me. We start balding here rather than in the back. I guess we could it's just dropping back. It's fine, guys. Just don't look at it. It's not a problem if you don't look at it. Thank God we have the camera to look at it.
There's no instructions in the box. Never. I know that we are getting to a point of insane laziness when it comes to.
He does have a bald spot on the back too. You're right. You're right. I've seen the screenshots on Twitter.
Definitely not attached to the seat. This is all. It's just the seat itself. I want to make sure I'm not missing it, and I look like a fool. Nothing here. Nothing. Or, nothing.
At least wear a Tim Pool cap.
thing is,
It's
it's not that many
true.
parts.
He should be wearing the hats, not because of any goals, but because he should be hiding his scalp.
It's literally
I
not that many
agree.
parts. I just don't know what order to assemble them. That seems like it's going to be the problem. No
There's the back
instructions
bald
anywhere on
spot.
any of these pieces whatsoever. All I have is the warranty book. Cold bologna sandwiches, thanks for $2. It says here for the inevitable rage. Yeah, it's already going to start. If they seriously, if Corsair didn't give me instructions for this, I'm going to start raging right now. There'll be no delay. The Corsair website has the assembly instructions. That's great. It's too bad that I'm sitting on the floor and I'm not on the Corsair website. I could try to use my phone, but I can't see my phone well.
Why not? Wait, what? I missed that the first time I listened to this. You can't see your phone well? You know, he does know he can put it as close to his face as he needs, right? Like the way your grandma uses her phone when she like puts it 6 inches from her nose. He could do that too if he needs to. I don't understand what that's even supposed to mean. I also don't understand why we insist on having paper instructions when they actually provide the links and QR codes to online instructions. It just seems like it saves paper. It sounds like a good thing if you ask me.
Let's see here.
But it's all
Let's see
about
what
the
I can
guy
see on
and
my
not
phone down
about
here, shall we?
the rest of Earth, I
Who
guess.
sits like this? It's called sitting Indian style. You've never done it? You've never sat Indian style in your life? It's incredibly comfortable, and it feels great, and it's actually very good for your back as well. Why would you not sit like this?
Why would you not sit like this? The superior way to sit. Also, I would never call it Indian style. I'm more progressive than that. I would call it crisscross applesauce, as a real Chad would, personally. I've always been a crisscross applesauce fan. I'm sitting like that right now in my chair, and I usually do. It's so that my cat can sit down in my lap, guys.
Every day I get blown away. Someone says something on my stream. I'm like, what are you, insane? Like, what are you talking about? You've never heard of this? You don't know about this? I swear people are so, like, ignorant today. Like, they don't know half the shit I learned when I was a kid. Like, you don't know how to sit down like this with your legs folded. You don't think it's comfortable? Like, what are you talking about? Anyway. Yeah, now it's sitting indigenous style, right? Can't say Indian style anymore. Okay.
All right.
The weird part about this is, how am I going to pull this from underneath? Like, how? This is correct. This should be this. That's the center right
and to be
there.
fair, a lot of people can't even sit like that. My legs have always been. I'm like the guy in this way. Maybe it's the autism, but my legs have always been more flexible. I've always sat with my feet in the chairs when I can. I like it that way.
That should be where it goes, I think. Oh, if not, I could rotate it, but I'm just going by the picture they're showing. They're showing this white sticker. Oh, you can't see. It's under the table. There's a white sticker here, and the actual assembly is right next to the white sticker, so I'm doing it in the way that they're showing in the picture. So hopefully this is correct. If not, well, maybe they should actually put instructions in the goddamn thing, right? That'd be nice.
Maybe they should. Maybe they should.
$300 for the chair, over $300 for the chair. You think they'd do me a solid and put the instructions in the box? Yes, I know. Get all the screws in there before you tighten them all. Exactly right. Because you want to have some give as you're tightening the screws. That's right. Yeah, Allen wrench.
I saw someone call him Tard the Builder earlier. And that's exactly the vibes I'm getting here. Please, like, that's good advice. I would recommend, if you're tightening things, to leave some slack in it so that when you go to tighten it up later, everything kind of cinches together the way that it's supposed to. But I wouldn't recommend usually taking any sort of construction advice from the guy. He's not exactly, he's not a good source for building, I wouldn't say. Thank you, Quasar Herd, for the 5, saying it really shows how insecure he is that even the way he sits gets the, actually, it's super comfortable and you're dumb. It's true. Nothing, like, he can't just be the way that he is and confident in it. He has to defend himself and belittle those around him and act as though they're ignorant for not being like him. It's true. I agree. Thank you for the 5 and the good point.
They're kind of like, I have a love-hate relationship with Allen wrenches, because before Allen wrenches, everything needed a screwdriver, which I have no problem with. It's easier to get things in with an Allen wrench, but at the same time, like, they
Is it easier to use Allen wrenches? I don't know that that's true.
They hurt your hand because they're always metal. You notice they never put anything nice on the Allen wrench so you don't destroy your fingers, right? Of course not.
Destroy your fingers. Fuck me, man.
No matter what I do, this one goes in crooked. I wonder if they drilled the hole crooked. That happens with this garbage sometimes. They put the actual hole in crooked. And now you end up, yeah, look, because it goes in fine, but then it just stops. They actually put the hole into the thing crooked, I think. Yeah.
Ancient Reaper saying, wear gloves, you know, so that he doesn't tear up his hands on an Allen key. Well, here's the thing, right? If DSP had ever built anything, and this is a genuine criticism he has of using Allen wrenches, and that's everything is moving to Allen wrenches when you buy cheap Chinese shit off of the internet. Just buy a set of Allen keys, and specifically, like I did, buy one that has a T handle that you can slot the Allen key into, and then you have a handle to turn on it with. It's not complicated. If you're going to make these complaints, I at least expect you to go out of your way to like try and solve the problem before bitching, moaning, or complaining about it. But of course, that is what the guy does. Bitching, moaning, and complaining is his specialty, not solving problems.
Oh, look, idiots are all getting banned right now. Y'all enjoying your bans? Every one of you?
You guys have Allen key
look, every
drill
one of you.
bits? That's pretty robust. I actually think I do, and I've never used them. I just have a set of wrenches I use
All right, you guys,
instead.
yeah,
I'm more
fun with that?
manual
Okay,
style.
good. Now you're not coming back. Fucking morons. All
Fucking
right.
morons,
Anyway,
idiots,
let's continue
dumbasses.
with the chair build. I just banned like 15 people. Fucking idiots. Okay. And don't ask to come back either. I don't want you back.
You guys
Oh,
remember
yeah,
when the
this is-
last clip when he said that he wasn't talking or entertaining the trolls anymore? He's just going to ban them and not talk about it? Yeah, I remember that. I remember.
Bro, this is broken. I can tell you right now it's broken because I'm putting it in straight. There's shit also all over the bowl. Let me try another bowl.
Oh my
Extra one.
god. Shit all over the bolt, he says.
It won't
Oh
go
yeah,
in. Like,
speaking of fucking ball, look there, bud. Look at that. Just from the front to the back, we've got the trench that connects them. It's like a connect the dots style here. I wonder what the image is going to be. Bald bitch is the spoiler alert. That's the image.
won't go in clean. You know what I mean? It goes in, but not clean, so it doesn't go in straight. It's supposed to go in straight, and it won't go in straight. It's like a crooked. They bore it wrong.
Like
You're
he's
surprised
not.
it's made in
He's
China.
not
It's all made in the
quite.
same factory. It's all garbage.
You know. I wish there was like a middle image in here. If you go to the second column, third row down, and then the first column, third row down. I wish there was like an image in between there, because he's not quite on the right, but he's not quite on the left either, because his fronts do it a little more. Anyway. Sorry, we're not gonna keep pulling that up. I'm not gonna keep talking about his bald
What a
head. You
shocker.
could just keep looking at it.
The hole was bored incorrectly. I mean, it also didn't have instructions. Here, before I even line it up, can I even just get this in clean? No. See what I mean? I can't even get it to even go in just clean. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm getting it to go now. That's what I needed to do to actually make the hole work.
You had to put it
There
in.
was all kinds of shit in the hole because it was made like garbage. So now maybe I can actually get this to line up and go in right.
Now, my boy from work that was explaining Expedition 33 to me was he has a sneaking suspicion that DSP just cross-threaded the fuck out of those holes, and that's of course a concept DSP wouldn't even be familiar with, the idea of cross-threading. But who gives a shit? Just slam it in there. We're never taking it apart anyway, and if we do, it's gonna be falling apart, not actually like being taken apart. But anyway. I think you Jordan Fadeaway for the 2 saying no man bends like this. Spaghetti noodle bones. What the fuck? Well, hang on. Wait a minute. I might also have spaghetti noodle bones at that point. I'm also a flexible individual. Hang on now. I agree, though. It is very odd for DSP because of his shape. I'm not shaped like that. It's different.
It's lining right.
I am all
the holes-
bones, though,
this
as
thing
a
is trash.
skeleton, so...
I actually had an issue with my previous chair that was a very similar issue where it wouldn't align right. It took me the longest time to try to get it to actually like line up in the hole and just go in. I didn't want to go in no matter what I did because the hole was not bore straight. Yeah, look, it won't go in.
It's
I'm
not
rotating it
bored
into the hole and it won't
straight.
go in.
I like the vocab here.
It doesn't go in. Wow.
You
It's
see
like, okay,
how-
now it goes in. It has to be so perfectly aligned to actually screw in.
You see how this isn't entertaining content?
Okay.
You see how this isn't worth his audience's time?
Okay, I think I got it. Yes. Oh, what
He's
a pain
not
in the ass.
interacting with
All right,
them.
I got it. Okay.
There's nothing to even see because the camera angle is shit and he's unwilling to move anything. There's just no point.
I don't know what all these are. There's little things here. I don't know what these go to. There's other pieces of hardware. I don't even know what they're for.
Just extra pieces, DSP. Fuck them. They must not be
The
important.
wrong instructions. Short screws, 2 pieces. For what? What is this?
NWO News with the 5, thank you so much, saying, what professional streamer would broadcast a 3-hour struggle session looking like a decrepit old schlub and making excuses the entire time because of his low IQ? This professional streamer. I know you're trying to indicate that he's not a professional streamer, but you don't have a 17-year legacy like he does, so I'm not taking your word. I have to follow the narrative of the guy. He speaks gospel in this way. Thank you for the 5, of course, and I do agree. It's just, again, disrespectful is the only way I can describe this.
What is this? I don't have instructions. This isn't even in the video.
Stabby McStabwood asking if the guy has bread for a wrist rest. Funny enough that you ask. I had somebody text me when this was when they watched this clip outside of my stream during the week and asked me the same question. They genuinely asked me if that was bread for wrist rest. Yes, it is, and he showed them off before. It was Cat's idea, believe it or not. The food style wrist rest was his wife's idea. I'm just gonna leave it there like that. No implication, of course.
It's gonna be great.
And this is my favorite part right here, where we take the chair.
See what I'm doing.
And we try
I don't know
and
how I'm supposed to position this and put it on when I can't see.
we try and put it on the stand here that is actively on wheels. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to tell you guys how to put together a chair, but obviously this is not ideal. Not being able to see the hole you're trying to line up is not necessarily ideal, especially when you can take both pieces and either set them on their sides or, and this is the dented way that I would have done it, just take the chair and flip it completely upside down and put the stand on top. And I would have just held it with my legs. As a tall individual, I would have had no problem doing this. But, of course, the guy's going to do it this way.
Position this. That's not right. I got to look for my... Oh, God, it just rose up and I wasn't ready. Not aligned. Oh, it just rose up. Shit. Fuck.
See, it's imperative that it moves while you're trying to do it. It's part of the process, you see. You see how it slips away? That's very important. Scotty Joe with the 5s saying, coming in late, have you already gotten to the part where he built the desk? There was a funny little reveal that got caught in there. No, and I actually don't have the desk clip. First and foremost, we're not watching him build the desk. There's too many sassy positions, and I don't think enough that I wanted to watch in it, so I didn't grab it. I apologize. Are you talking about the DMs that were leaked? Was that part of that stream? Because if so, I also don't have those because I don't care that Duncan is Darziak. I try and interact with diaper furries as little as possible, if I'm being honest, and this is going to be one of those cases. They were talking about Darziak submitting some shit-ass artwork for the schedule style setups. They look like shit. You could make them in paint.
That's how it goes on. All right.
We call him Duncan Unk. That's pretty funny.
I don't know about these arms.
You can hear him huffing and puffing. All that working out has really gone in his favor,
Hold
boys.
on.
He's exhausted.
Oh. Ah. Oh. Okay. Okay, it does recline. Okay. It works.
This sounds like your grandfather coming home from a hard day's work, you know, when he should have been retired by now, but he didn't save up enough, so he's still got to go to work despite being of retirement age. It's quite literally how he sits down in his recliner at the end of the day, waiting for dinner to be made. That's the guy, but he just put together a chair instead.
Yep, that's good. Okay, I can actually readjust the camera and the microphone now, but I'm going to be higher up than I usually am. Okay. I have a few shout outs to do.
Oh my God. the wind jump scare. Scotty Joe clarifying for the 5. Thank you so much. Saying no, his back was facing the camera and it was revealed that he was wearing his Wednesday boxers. You could see the label. I actually, unfortunately, wrong thing. I actually, unfortunately, had that sent to me by one Inked Blessing unsolicited. That's where that guy's mind is at on a regular basis. So here is that on screen now. DSP's Wednesday style boxer stream he was doing. I've never met anybody that actually put the days of the week on their fucking boxers. And if they did, luckily they didn't have the audacity to tell me. But here is the guy confirming what he did actually tell us already. In case you thought he was joking, in case you thought it was a bit, there you go. There is there's the waistband of that fat fuck pig roach's underwear. You've been cursed with this knowledge. You're welcome. Thank you, Inked Blessing, for this unsolicited curse. We appreciate it, of course.
But they're nothing big. No big. It's like a few bucks here, a few bucks there. All right. I guess we have no moderators on the YouTube side. I guess, guys, just ignore the morons. I'm not going to pay attention to them. All right. All right, hold on. Here's what it looks like without me sitting in it.
Right.
But shout outs first. So
super imperative that we got the shot
$3
where
tip.
he wasn't sitting in it.
It's just a troll.
All right. Very
$2
cool.
tip.
Uh-huh. What's it say?
No, you're not getting them banned.
Oh,
Nice
okay.
try. So those tips are from trolls. I'm not even counting them. 2 idiots. And then we have, let's see here.
I thought we were done counting our tips anyway. I'm seeing at the top the King's tax right now, but I thought that we were done and over with that. I thought we didn't have to care anymore because we're too successful. What happened to that? It was just, that was literally earlier in the day.
Richard and the Birds with a $2 super chat and another $2 super chat. Thank you for that. Stunner with a $2 super chat. These are all troll insults, basically. And then we have Nubs with a $5 super chat. Break it in with some melee-only Call of Duty. No, I can't do that tonight. I can't play keyboard and mouse right now. At all. I need the new desk. Once the new desk is here and it's the proper height, then I can do keyboard and mouse stuff. I can't do that right now. I couldn't play Call of Duty right now at all, even if I wanted to, because this isn't the right setup, you see? In reality, this actually needs to go up slightly more. So once the new desk is here and I build it, then I'll take this, boom arm mic, this all off. That goes on the new desk. The monitor will go on the new desk, but I can't do Call of Duty right now.
Okay. So there's your excuse.
So really,
we can't play Call of Duty. It's all the shit is too low. I have wheels now, you guys. I need a taller desk. All of these other standard desks that are at standard height are too low, I guess. Sure, whatever. It's fine. It's
out of
okay.
All this, it's
Who
about
cares?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. $11 of support. And again, guys, I wasn't expecting anything tonight at all. Like I said, I know that this isn't riveting content. It's not intended to be. I just rather stream it than do it by myself offline and then not
Why?
stream, because then I wouldn't be streaming tonight at all.
Okay.
So I'd rather stream it than not.
Why?
So I hope you understand that's why I'm streaming it. But I know it's
Okay.
not the most riveting thing you've ever seen. You're probably not super excited.
Again, at no point does he actually clarify why that is at a better situation where he does stream rather than not stream. There is never actually a reason why anybody would want to watch this. There's never him saying that this was actually entertaining content that he wanted to make. It is just him saying he would rather stream than not stream. And all that means is he would rather make money potentially than not make money potentially. And I just think it's insulting. I think it's disrespectful. It's just rude to waste people's time this way.
I get it. Okay. User Smoop did $1. Thanks for a buck. All right. So now it is time to unbox the first of my 2 monitors. Okay. Casanova says, well, I like when you do different things like this instead of games. I appreciate that. But at the same time, people come by to hang out with me or they come by for gaming content. this really isn't either when you think about it. Like, you can't really hang out with me too well because I'm busy building a chair and doing this.
Right.
It's not gaming content. So
Right.
I get it. I get it why it's not, not being supported. It's all good. All right. I'm not complaining at all. Dunsfelter, please ban everyone who's referencing detractor stuff. As you can see, they're all doing it right now again. Just ban them.
What a grand and intoxicating.
Ban 'em,
This is how you get
Dunsfelter.
taught your lesson. Okay?
Oh, he's going on a power
So we're up to
trip
53
now.
of support. I'm still
He's
here for
going
over another
apeshit.
hour. I
Get
still
him,
got to get this monitor
Dunsfelter.
working. Then I got to get this other monitor unboxed. I got to build an arm to attach that to here so we can actually have that monitor attached here and I can adjust it and use it. Then we've got to get, there's a lot we've got to do basically. Okay? So I'm still here for a while. So I'm still here for at least an hour. All right, guys? Thank you for chilling with me. And thanks to the few who have supported. I want you to understand I'm grateful for every piece of support that I get. Okay? Thank you. All right. That's it. I'm going to say, oh, wait a minute. 500 kicks over on Kick. Definitely not French did 500 kicks and said watching you assemble furniture is fun. No, it's not. I told you it wouldn't be. I told you tonight would be pretty boring. I knew it would. Like, why would it be entertaining?
But he still logged on. He still started the stream. He even started it before the bathroom break, before he brushed his teeth, so that people would show up and see the content. But he himself believes that it's boring, that it's not, sorry, that hit the microphone, that it's not entertaining. He himself is acknowledging this content is fucking useless slop, and he still fucking puts it on. I'm never going to get over that. If you think so little of your own content that this is the way you're going to talk about it, do not upload it. Do not hit go live. It's not worth your nor anybody else's time. Straight up.
I had to do it. Either I do it with you guys on the stream or I do it by myself, but then no one's watching. I mean, either way, I have to waste the time to do it. You see what I'm saying? So I get it. I knew that it wasn't going to be the most entertaining thing, but at least some people get a laugh out of it, and I'm not wasting stream time, right?
Wasted stream time. That's how he views
it.
it.
Get this on stream or you don't get a stream tonight, right? So thanks for the 500 kicks. Definitely not French. Those are our first kicks of the night, actually. We have no subs tonight at all, right?
No subs, guys. What are we doing?
Right? No subs whatsoever. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any, right?
Pointing that out is definitely a bad.
Now, why did you delete Raider Randy? Raider Randy has been nice recently. What did he say in that message? Here. It's fine. Dude, don't ban contributors because they're making the joke about the yellow tag. Come on, flat man. Please don't be mean to people who are just running with the meme, okay? I'm ignoring the meme because I'm busy. Maybe I'll cut the yellow tag off later, but please don't ban people. Ban this idiot who has 400 sock accounts and has been posting them. That's the person who needs to be banned.
Also, straight up just saying don't ban people who are contributing. So you get banned for other memes that are derogatory towards DSP and make fun of this, that, or the other about him or his setup or his wife or whatever. But as long as you're doing the meme and you're sending money, Dunsfelter was not supposed to ban you because what we care about is the money. You are granted this immunity for the money.
Not contributors, okay? Sorry about that, Raider Randy. I unblocked you. You shouldn't have been blocked. But just to show you, here's what I'm looking at. Dude, this is the shortest power cable I've ever seen in my life for a monitor. It's so short, it doesn't even reach over there where I plug everything in. So I got to figure out how to get it to reach. I don't really have a power extension cable anywhere that I can think of. So I'm trying to think, like, this wouldn't even reach behind the wall. I'm serious. It wouldn't reach here.
Behind the wall.
It's the shortest power cable I've ever seen in my life for any device. It's got to be like 3 feet, maybe 4.
I've definitely seen shorter power cables.
Every power cable I've ever had has been 6 feet or longer. Like, this is stupidly short. So, I might have to move my power squid thing closer.
Oh, the power squid. DSP also the only person I've ever heard of who has a power squid or a power squib. I'm really not sure if it's a D or a B because he's a mushmouth, and I'm not looking it up. But I've never in my life heard of anybody else owning one of these. Most people just have power strips and they call it a day, but not the guy. He's got to have a different style device.
Camus or AI Camus, 50 gifted subs on Kick. Holy moly. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Everyone, happy holidays. Everyone who's getting a gifted sub right now, congratulations. That is $250 of support. So we're actually up to 408 right now. That is insane. Thank you. And then there were 5 gifted memberships from Jam Devi.
He's got his entire...
for 5 memberships, another 15. So now we're up to 423 and climbing.
Ashen, when asking if he's got his entire setup on that one outlet.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'll see if I can find it.
This is the quick start guide? That's a quick start guide.
Keep looking in disbelief. It's fine. It's cool. It's awesome.
I
It's
don't think
funny.
we're doing this tonight. This is absolutely insanity. I think what we'll do is we'll just build the standard base and we'll just have to push this table out and use it in the middle of the floor for now and adjust the camera. There's no way. No, I can't do that because then I can't use the microphone. Oh, man.
And let me point out, by the way, he's complaining about the length of these instructions. This is the quick start guide. They're fucking pictures, dude. The idea that he couldn't progress through every single one of those images in just a few seconds is fucking insane. It just, he's either incredibly stupid or exaggerating and putting on fucking clown mode. Yeah, for the thumbnail, or so that he can play the character and just exaggerate and be obnoxious. And I think either one is unacceptable. And you can decide for yourself which one you think it is.
Rocking a hard place.
But it's literally pictures that you can do in seconds.
This is absolutely ridiculous. This is like 2 hours of work for a fucking monitor assembly. There's 2 different size Allen wrenches. I'm not kidding you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces of hardware. 10. You guys wanted me to get the bank. You said, get the name brand monitor arm, Phil. There's no way I can do this right now. There's not enough time. It's already almost 9:30. This
Also,
is ludicrous
way
nonsense.
to blame the fucking audience for actually making him get the name brand. Obviously, he was going to get the name brand anyway because that's who he is as a person. But because the instructions are too long, it's the audience's fault. You guys asked me to get this monitor arm. Now you should have to be the ones to put it together. It's too much, you guys. I can't do it. It's bullshit, really. Jesus. Thank you, NWO News, for the 2, saying Resident Evil style puzzle desk. It's true. It's true. How is he supposed to figure it out? I mean, at least they sent the instructions on a paperback version. I mean, that's at least an improvement from the chair, right, DSP? Can we be grateful for that? Can we thank God for that one?
I guess I'll have to do this when the desk comes. We'll build it then.
Yeah, the way he says BenQ as one
the problem
word.
then is
the bench.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this monitor right now. I don't have anywhere for it. This is the most stupid monitor arm I've ever seen in my life. Why is it so complicated? Yeah, so I'm just not gonna do this now. We'll have to build this when the desk comes on Wednesday. Because I don't think that to be honest, I don't think this desk would even support it. This is like a rolling piece of crap desk. The only problem is, if I got to move this differently now to put the monitor on it, this is not going to be mounted right, and the camera's going to be wrong. So we're going to have to figure this out right now. Let's do it quick, okay? Don't know what the power cable is about to reach, because it is so short, so ridiculously, incredibly short. It may not reach. No, I don't think it's going to reach. I don't think it's going to reach. This is stupid. Why? Again, this is like, I'm not even kidding. Just like this monitor, this is like a 4-foot.
Yes.
4-foot power cable. Why?
That's how they come.
Why do we need a 4-foot power cable? I need like a 6 to 10-foot power cable. You give me a 4-foot.
Also, I'm pretty sure that all of this was disclosed on the website with the dimensions and all the specifications and whatnot. They usually tell you power cable included, and they tell you the length and the wattage on it. I'm fairly certain that is the case on 90% of Amazon listings, especially if you buy a name brand 2000 style or $2,000 fucking monitor or whatever the hell he bought.
How am I supposed to plug this
into
my wall?
It was like $900, but you know what you know what I'm saying.
This is so stupid. I don't think I have an extension cord. No, I don't think so. So, look at this. It will reach, but only if the monitor stays here. It can't. It's too close. This is ridiculous. I'm
gonna call your name Micah Death, saying normal people don't dump a corner desk in the middle of the room, and that's exactly the problem. 4 feet worth of power cable is more than enough for most people, because most people put their desk right up against the wall and right up against a wall that is next to an outlet. That is, I would argue, the way that the vast majority of people set up rooms with electronics, or definitely offices that are, supposed to be optimized for workflow. You would probably put the things that are electronics near the power outlet, so you can have the least amount of cables as possible, and you don't have to do excess cable management. But instead, we've decided that all of our shit is going to go directly in the center of the room, including our new L desk. which I'll go ahead and show you right now. Big ups to Siru for this. He posted this on Twitter, the original, and I did a little addition here. This is about the makeup of DSP's new setup after the desk has showed up. I added the bit in purple because Siru acknowledged that the door does not come in at that angle and that he left out the Ottoman style chest. Yes, I know Ottoman is not spelt that way. Shout out the Ottomans. But this is what DSP's life looks like on a daily basis in this room. This is the conglomeration that he's put together. And I just couldn't ever imagine setting up a room this way and genuinely being satisfied with it. This is a fucking nightmare. The space that has the most walking room, the most maneuverability, has just fucking cables running straight through it. Ottoman is correct. That's actually how you spell it. That's tough. I meant to spell it dumb on purpose, and now I look like a fool. Fuck. Shout out the Ottomans again. But yeah, and he does in fact have all of his shit plugged into the same outlet. I can't get a very good screenshot of it, but I will pull one up here. It's going to be super low quality because for some reason the highest quality on Twitter is 646p. I don't know why that's the case. Fuck me, I guess. But here is the robust style cable management that the guy is working with in his dog shit setup that he's working with. So there you have it. This is what we were working so hard for. This is what we wanted. We've always wanted this. This is an improvement to the stream, and it was well worth hanging out with Asmon for. Holy shit, it's a fire hazard. I agree. It always has been, and it's never gotten better. Thank you so much to Scotty Joe for the 5, saying can't expect him to read while working out and apparently doing 0 cardio Atlas. Well, of course not. You can't expect him to read while working out. That is impossible. You can't do 2 things at once. And cardio is fictional anyway. It's all about strength training, of course. NWO News with the 2, saying he's going to start acting like a news anchor. It's true. Once he gets he does start talking with his hands. He gets the new chair. I think it's before the new desk even. He gets very, what I want to say is Italian speaking. Talks with his hands a lot. Feels like he's some sort of like, he just has this this aura of importance that he's trying to give off the way that he talks. It's kind of cringe and lame. But I agree. He does start talking like a news anchor. The Do 994 for the 2. Thank you so much, saying don't forget no smoke alarm in the room. Well, of course not. We'd have to replace the battery, or it might be one of those ceiling birds everybody's talking about, and we can't have that. So we'll just get rid of the safety feature, which by the way is against the HOA policy, but we can ignore that and move on positively. No one needs to know. Thank you, Val Raven, for the 5, saying, as per usual, he set up his room in the worst possible way. Well, that's all the decisions he makes. So you're right. It is as per usual. You couldn't expect any better out of the guy. It's always going to be a mess. Thank you, Vaporware 336 for the 2, saying, it's a dented life. Merry Christmas, skeleton guy. Well, I appreciate the 2. Happy early Merry Christmas to you as well. Like I said, I appreciate the 2. It is a very dented life we're looking at.
Absolutely ridiculous that they expect me to plug it in like that. The only thing I can do, this has to plug into the opposite wall. Let me think about this.
And he's really trying to math it out too. He's trying to come up with some sort of plan that works here.
I need a longer cable. This sucks. If that's for the MSI, read the manual. Make sure you don't use an extension cord. It ruins the monitor. Instead, need a power strip with a good voltage regulator.
Yes, that's the true solution here is a power strip that comes off of the wall and sits kind of under his desk. Maybe he could even attach it to the underneath of his desk via some sort of adhesive, and he could plug in all of the shit there, and he wouldn't have to have all of those cables strewn across the fucking room the way that he does. But that's why would you pay for a power strip, guys? We have the Power Squid, the superior power option. He looks like he's praying.
Why is
praying
this
for a
cord
solution?
So insanely short? Like, it doesn't really reach. And I have to push this back. So what I could do, I could try to have it plug over there. But then all this is going to be completely wrong. This is a mess, man. This is stupid. Like, no exaggeration. This is dumb the way they set this up. This is it's
dumb the way they set this up. They are the problem. It's Benk. It's their problem. It's the fucking monitor company. They're the problem. This is their setup. He only put it all exactly where it goes and had the only say in it, but it's their fault. It all makes sense this way. I agree. Anybody saying this is DSP's fault is getting banned.
A powerful monitor with a cord that won't fit into the wall next to the monitor because it's so short. Why the fuck would they do that?
They were supposed to supply a 50-foot power supply or power cable in case you wanted to put your monitor 50 feet away from the fucking wall, you guys. It's pretty simple. They just didn't cover all of their clientele, which is very clearly a failure of the business.
I look like I got a big amount of kicks. I will shout those out in a minute. I actually am stuck. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I have no idea what I can do here. Because you're saying I can't even use an extension cord. I don't have an extra power strip just sitting around somewhere. I don't have a power strip that I can use.
Thank you, XJS, for the 8 months saying roach antennas. He does have roach antennas. It's true.
I don't know if I have one. I have the world's oldest surge protector.
Holy shit. Dude, I think my grandma has that one. Same color and all. Covered in like it was white, but it's got like the tar from the smoking that's like turned it that cream color. I think she's got the same one, low-key. Hell yeah. I mean, it looks like it might, like, I don't know what those are there. Are those couldn't be USBs, could they? Anyway, thank you to NWO News for the 2, saying, bro is happy to spend, but on all the wrong stuff. Absolutely. New gadgets and gadgets and gazmos is probably my worst one to date. New gadgets and gizmos, but not actually any sort of optimization is the way he lives his life. Absolutely. Thank you, NWO News, for the 2. And Scotty Joe with the 5, saying it's really short, and I have to push this back. Cat, probably. I think it's more than probably, boss. I think that's actual factual. Thank you for the 5.
This is my temporary solution. The world's oldest surge protector. I hope it works. Really, I hope it works. I guess I'm gonna have to buy a better one. Buy like a high-end surge protector. All right, what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna have
to buy a high-end surge protector.
Plug it in. Do I plug it in over there or here? Probably over there makes more sense because I have to move this back a bit. Okay.
I got the drip.
Yeah, it's always high end. It can't just be like a well-made one. High end to him just means the most expensive one that he can buy, and that's what he's going to wind up doing, is spending as much money as possible. Which is going to take us into our third and final clip of the day, which is the whole segment we do where we talk about how we don't have to beg anymore, which I'm sure all of you are aware is actually just a beg. Like, all of those are just begs.
Well, let me tell you.
Everyone, welcome to the stream. We are just getting started. And FYI today,
if he buys a second surge protector and daisy chains it, I'm gonna jump. I don't know that they make people that stupid. Okay, they do. I'm not giving enough credit to stupid people, I guess. But that'll be completely unacceptable to every degree.
Everything is different.
There's no way he's that stupid. It's just not possible.
I'm in a completely different place. I'm sitting in a brand new chair in a different position. I've got this crazy command center screen in front of me. I feel like I'm like
command
someone in
center
NASA that's navigating like space flight, and we're about to take off on our first mission or something. It's pretty wild how crazy different everything looks right now.
Bro gets a monitor and thinks he's the most important person on the fucking planet. He thinks he's at a command center at NASA, and they're about to do a space fucking mission. Holy dude.
And then I've got this new gaming monitor that I haven't even used yet, and it's too close to me, and there's nothing I can do about that. I'm going to have games up my nose today. But man, what a night we had last night. So we'll talk all about this morning. Okay, we'll talk about the changes to my setup. It's not done yet, but the fact that things should be a lot easier to control, moving forward from this point. Should have far less problems reading and responding and, staying on top of stuff now that we have all these new upgrades.
Right. So, can we see it? Can we take a look?
I can't wait to hang out with you all for a bit. And then Pokemon today. Pokemon returning for
Yo, this person, Mango Ice Cream Kitty with all the ass emotes in the fucking kick chat. This person needs to be banned ASAP. Or should I say ass sap?
The first time since Thanksgiving.
Anyway,
It's going to be a nice chill stream of post-game Pokemon chill fun. You guys will be able to name Pokemon for the first time in a while. You couldn't do it last stream because it was the actual end of the story. So that's going to be this first stream today. Tonight we've got Mega Bonk for the first time ever, which will be interesting to see, how that pans out. So I hope you're ready to hang out and have a good time. I am. It's a whole new world. It looks very different. That's for sure. So I hope that you guys are ready to chill.
All right, let's see it. Let's
get
get there.
One with me. But in the meantime, go grab a drink or a snack, use the restroom, do whatever it is you need to do. And I'm going to be back in just a couple minutes, and we will begin with the chill hangout before I play Pokemon. Actually, I'm still doing major adjustments. Like, I'm trying to get all the text the right size and everything here on this giant ultra wide, and I'll get there, working on it. All right, so I'll be back in just a couple, and then we'll begin. Thanks, guys.
And Andy did say when on the Kino Casino, if you saw any of the clips about the guy, he did say the DSP is not going to have a good time with the ultra wide for chat because the text is going to be too small for his old man style eyes. And sure as shit, DSP is still working on the text to try and get it to fit right.
I received a $3 tip from Boom Arms Defeat DSP, apologizing profusely for their behavior yesterday. For those who don't know, last night, here I am trying to build this set. I'm trying to build this chair. They didn't give me instructions. I unboxed the chair. I'm going through the box. There's no instructions. How am I supposed to build the chair? So someone says, oh, there's a tutorial video online to do it. I go to find it. The tutorial video is from 2019. It's the previous model of this chair, and it's wrong. So basically, using that actual video, I had to, figure out how to build the chair on my own. So I'm struggling to do that as that happens.
But why? Okay, but why is he struggling to do it? I've put together many a chair, many a desk, many a furniture, just in general, end tables, fucking coffee tables, all that nonsense. It's never been rocket science. The things do just kind of go together in a logical way. And this is not to glaze myself in any capacity. You can just kind of look at the picture and look at the pieces and see how they go together. And if they don't go together that way, if there's some sort of weird, complex thing you need to put in beforehand, it's not that big a deal to just undo it, as long as you didn't crank the shit out of all of your screws and bolts. But of course, we have to make everything sound like it's the hardest thing that anyone has ever done. It's all a Herculean task that only DSP is capable of. And also, the company needs to be punished for, of course.
Okay. Some people who don't like me go online and stream snipe me. And then idiots in the kick chat decide to spam the chat with detractor memes. Well, guess what? Not allowed. Always been against the rules.
Oh, damn.
So I said,
what'd you
okay,
do?
fine. You want to take advantage? Because I'm on the floor building this chair and I can't really see what's going on. Oh, you want to take advantage? So I just went right down the line, and every detractor meme, I just removed them from the chat.
Oh,
I'm not
man.
even messing around
You
talking
really
with you
got
guys.
them.
You know it's against the rules. Boom, 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 done. 15 people got banned, basically. So what happened is Boom Arm Defeats DSP has been now basically trying to contact me ever since that happened, apologizing profusely. I'll never do it again, Phil. I swear I'll never do it again. Do I believe him?
Are we going to give an answer, or are we just going to fucking sit in silence? Like, what do we...
What's up, Game Boy? How you doing, man?
Oh,
Good to see
okay.
you.
All
This is
right.
a normal
No,
good
we
morning.
just
How's it going?
moving on.
Do I believe him? What do you guys think? Do I take him for his word, or do I say, sometimes a duck is a duck. When you're quacking, you're probably a duck. Usually a goose doesn't quack. A quail doesn't quack.
What? I mean, I know a goose honks, as the guy would say, but
A duck quacks. You quacking, man.
what noise does a quail make? I don't even know. How familiar are you guys with quails? Is quail native to your area? Can you tell me the noise it makes?
Oh. I had enough of this quack, quack, quack all day. What's up, Captain DCW? Good morning, man. I abandoned him, but I swear if he ever does that again, I'm permanent.
Oh my fucking god. Why? I'm gonna be honest. I'm so fucking sick and tired of these goddamn DSP segments where he goes, oh, I'm not fucking dealing with this. These fucking trolls, these idiots. I'm tired of it. I'm not entertaining it. I'm better than this. I'm not gonna even waste my time. My fucking audience doesn't like this. And then immediately, well, I unbanned him. I unbanned him. Despite everything that I just said about quacking like a duck and maybe being a duck, even though that's not really how the saying goes, despite all of that, I'm just gonna unban him. Great. Awesome. Perfect. Thanks for wasting everybody's fucking time.
Really banning it. But I'm not unbanning anybody
Piece
else.
of shit.
There you go.
Fucking sucks.
We've got Amber Heard's turd for the $5 super chat. Did anyone here Phil's fart last night? It was amazing. I'm sure I farted. I probably belched, farted.
Oh, so funny.
Sneezed,
So
coughed,
funny.
picked my nose, flicked boogers at the screen. Who knows? I probably did it all. You know, that was not a normal stream. That was me on the floor building a chair, lugging monitors, unboxing them, hooking them up, getting stuff going. It sucks. Like, this table doesn't even work anymore. I'm using this laptop table for over a decade. It doesn't even work. It's supposed to be height adjustment. It's locked in place forever. It must have broken. So I can't even adjust this. Like, I wanted to have this go higher up. It's locked. So I can't use this. I'm going to actually have to get rid of it, I think, after I get my desk tomorrow.
He didn't use it, and then it seized. Who would have thought?
I'm just going to have to throw it out.
Weird.
Hey,
gotta throw it out.
From the mystery gift side quest and call it Frieza. Oh, so Cabal actually is doing the $20 contribution in order to name a Pokemon today. Okay, fair enough. Because if we're gonna get, if we're actually gonna get the Mewtwo, people are probably gonna want to see it, right? So there you go. We'll get the Mewtwo and add him to the party. And it looks like Cabal has dibs on naming the Mewtwo already. They already jumped on that opportunity. So today, yes, there will be the opportunity to name Pokemon up to 5. We already have 1. Okay, so 4 more Pokemon can be named and added to the party for a $20 contribution, FYI. Okay, and then that's permanent. That name sticks with that Pokemon, and that Pokemon will actually be in my party for the rest of the stream. Okay, cool.
All right.
Today I'm going to suffer with that, and then tomorrow my new desk is arriving. So when the desk arrives tomorrow, we're going to unbox, build it. We're then going to assemble the monitor arms, which are absolutely ridiculous. All right, I was going to try to do
these are the hands I was talking about, by the way. I see Micah Death saying he's channeling his inner supervillain with his hands. Yeah, he's got the command center in front of him. He feels some sort of authority within him now that he's at his battle station, as normal cringe style gamers call it, you know. So we've got to really put it on.
You're going to laugh your ass off at this. Ready? This is the quick start guide for the Bank monitor arm.
Bank?
Okay, quick start guide.
You guys love Bank. You told me to get it. Again, every single one of these is just an image that shows 2 bolts go, like 2 bolts. This one goes in that hole. You can't see my mouse. I don't know. Oh, you can. This one goes in that hole. This one goes in that hole. And then you flip it this way, and then this piece and that piece, they go into it. That's literally all that's happening here. This piece, once you get it all assembled and put together, will snap into this one. That's one part. And then it'll go, I can't really make that out because it's fucking faded as shit, or it's very thinly drawn. But you get what I'm saying. It's not complicated. It's literally taking 2 pieces and putting them together and then moving on to the next step. But we've got to overblow it and exaggerate so that we have something to complain about.
Quick start guide.
These plates go into each other and then they get locked up by these bolts here. And this takes up like a fucking third of the page. And that's all it's telling you. But okay.
What the fuck? Are they insane?
Fine. Don't worry about it.
The quick start guide is like 72 steps using, I'm not kidding, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 components.
And by components, he probably just means that there's different sized screws and like connectors, which is totally fine and acceptable. I like if half of those are different length bolts, and then like they include the Allen key in there, and they might have a different couple sizes of those. That'll probably already put you at like 14 different components. Fine, it's not that big a deal.
Quick start guide. Where's the long guide? Is it an encyclopedia? Is it the size of the Bible?
Shout out to Bible.
So I didn't build any monitor arms last night because I wasn't going to have time. Like, there's no way I was going to be able to do this with how complicated this thing is. All right. Now, I am going to do this tomorrow when the desk arrives. I'm going to build both of them. And then we're going to have this monitor on an arm here on this side of the desk. This monitor will be on this side of the desk, and I'll be able to position it properly so it's far enough back that it's not in my face. Okay? For now, there's nothing I can do about it. That's also why, let me show you something. Okay, my camera is all different now.
Okay.
This is my new camera angle.
It looks
the good
exactly
news is this
the
camera
same.
angle looks great.
It looks
if you want
exactly
to see what
the
I mean,
same.
watch this.
Okay. Off center. Oh, okay.
The actual face cam camera angle
What? Once you delete the background, it doesn't matter that it's off center. Who cares?
is much better than it used to be. Pretty cool, right? So, excellent stuff.
I
Now,
actually couldn't tell the difference at all on that camera angle or this one. Even if there isn't one, because this is pre-desk. This is pre-Wednesday, so this is pre-new desk. I can't tell the difference. It actually doesn't matter. And nobody would be able to tell if he didn't say anything, even if there was a difference.
Some positive updates. Update number 1. Today, we're doing DSP Tries It. That's right. Here we go.
Whoa. More eating.
Today we're doing DSP Tries It, the new SpongeBob collaboration meal at Burger King. It releases today, and we're just doing it. We don't have goals. We don't have to hit nothing to do it. We're just doing it. I'm going to order the meal, and we're actually going to do this, later
Why does that get the dent horns?
So
I think he was just looking for an excuse to be obnoxious. What pisses me off the most about it, though, is that he couldn't even get dent horns that don't sound like they didn't come from a fucking 80s computer game. I wasn't alive. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? This is like some fucking Windows XP noises that are coming out of the pinball machine game. And that's what we're using in the current year, when there's infinite free resources of horns that you could get for celebratory acts, and we're still using those. Very, very cool.
Interested in seeing me taste test that meal with dual camera angles? We'll use this one and whatever. Come back later today around 3:30 to 4 p.m. Pacific time, and I'll be doing that at the end of the stream. Okay? I'm awesome. I can't wait. I'm very excited. That was loud as fuck. Was it really? Okay, hold on.
It was really
today,
fucking loud.
The new SpongeBob
I thought
meal,
it was just my end.
The new Krabby Patty Burger. Remember how last year Wendy's had the Krabby Patty Burger and everyone said it was complete ass? Well, this is a different Krabby Patty Burger from Burger King. Plus, a piece of Patrick Star pie, a new pineapple float drink, and some new kind of bacon cheesy bites. So it's a whole collaborative meal with special packaging and everything. We're doing that today.
Guys, there's special cardboard. Can you believe it? They changed the cardboard. The wrapping paper might have a SpongeBob on it. Oh my God, we have to go right now.
After Pokemon. So stick around for Pokemon. Stay for the SpongeBob meal. Okay? That's the first stream. We're going to hang out now. Then we're going to do Pokemon for several hours. And then we're going to do the new Burger King meal. Okay? I was always the guy who had the most bootleg, nonsensical, illogical, not very good running setup.
Right.
I still made ends meet, and I still ran great streams and made good content.
I thought he was going to admit the truth, which that this is still the case. It's still nonsensical, illogical, and barely functioning. All of those statements are still true to this day because of the cable management, because of the placement of the equipment, because of his inability to actually use it as designed because he's just unfamiliar with all of the software and all of the hardware. All of that is still true. I thought he was going to admit it, but of course we couldn't. That's far too much for the guy.
But I never had any good setup. My setup was always like the most taped together. You know what I'm saying? Kind of half-assed budget, thing. And now I'm going to actually have like state-of-the-art modern stuff, an amazing gaming monitor, an awesome ultra-wide screen, top of the line gaming PC. Okay, it's not top of the line anymore, but it's still a great gaming PC. The best consoles with the Switch 2 and the PS5 Pro. Like I have everything.
Is the Switch 2 the best consoles? I thought we hated that. I thought it was a ripoff and Nintendo was scamming and their hardware fails him 2 Switches in a row and he's not giving them any more of his money, except for when he's going to give them more of his money to play their games, but we'll move on. Okay, if you say so.
Have that flexibility. We don't have any limitations anymore. Once this desk comes and everything's set up on these monitor arms and everything,
no limitations.
We're literally good to go for any
except
kind of
for the ones that are within him.
So I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. This is awesome. Okay. So, and again, I just want to make this very clear. This is all because of you. This is because all of you coming by, hanging out, interacting with the content, supporting the content. You guys are amazing. If it wasn't for all of you being a part of this awesome journey of mine, never would any of this been possible. So I want to say thank you. Obviously, for those of you who are absolutely longtime viewers and fans, thank you so much for sticking with me all these years. For those of you who are maybe relative newcomers, welcome. Thanks for being such an awesome and positive part of my content this last week. Like, this week has been absolutely amazing, okay?
Okay.
By the way, hold on a second. Look at this nonsense.
Hang on. I know I was just being positive, but I gotta delete
Okay, we're
these
good.
fucking idiots. Hang on,
My page
guys.
crashed. This happens from time to time with YouTube. My page will crash.
Oh, sorry. It's YouTube felting him this time. These fucking dunces, these silver spoon in the mouth, book smart, not street smart, Ivy League idiots who don't know how this fucking site works. Sorry, I know I was being positive.
And then they made me reload everything, so I just had to reload everything quickly. Stupid. Okay, I just hope it doesn't happen all the time. I guess we're going to find out. Again, this is all new setup for me, so hopefully it doesn't just crash constantly and I have problems. I don't think it will, but I guess we'll see. Again, this is all new to me. So, but anyway, if you're a longtime viewer, right? Thank you so much. 17 years of grinding. Finally, today in the modern day, I'm doing really well, and we can actually do state-of-the-art content. For those of you who are relative newcomers in the last week, thank you so much for coming by and being an awesome, positive part of everything. You guys have been a great new audience. What it is we are of like mind. You like chilling, and you like games. You're in the right place for both. This is not a drama zone. This is a place to hang out and just enjoy this kind of culture together. And I think you guys have seen.
What is this kind of culture? What kind of culture does DSP think that we're setting forth here? I'm just not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. And I'm really tired of non-sentences, things that don't have any meaning whatsoever that just fill the time. I'm sick of it. It's cult speak. I agree, and that's one of the reasons I can't stand it, because it's supposed to invoke something, but it just doesn't have a definition.
In the last week that I'm willing to do stuff, to change, to take in feedback that's constructive, to try new games, to do new things, right? And with the level of support you've given me, you've allowed me to immediately upgrade everything, okay? So thank you so very much for that. You guys are absolutely awesome. I appreciate you all for doing this for me.
I like the person that said it took 17 years to get a monitor. The American dream is alive. Very funny.
Yeah, for everyone, newcomers and relatively longtime viewers as well, that you all feel like everything's been better this last week, right? It's now been over a week since the Asmongold interview, and I've made a concerted effort to change for the better. Overall, what do you guys think?
Wait. I thought we already changed for the better. I thought we already changed all of those things with our equipment and the way that we behave. And you guys remember in the first clip we watched, I thought we already made all of those changes. Now it's been a week since the Asmon thing, and now we've made the changes? Weird. Odd. This narrative really isn't adding up, you guys. I'm starting to suspect maybe this guy isn't being truthful.
I want to ask you, what do you guys think of the last week? Have you liked everything that's happened? Have you liked the changes and the improvements? I think you know what I'm talking about. Not only am I talking about, hey, listening to feedback, doing things on the fly, trying new games, but I'm also talking about I don't ask for contributions anymore. At all. I haven't asked for a single contribution since I got off the interview with Asmongold. And things have been absolutely stellar. So, what do you think of the changes? It's been great and positive. A chill-tastic week. It's been great. I love you, brother. Yes, it's much better.
Chill-tastic week. Thank you, NWO News, for the 2. Saying, imagine turning over a new leaf in your 40s. Yeah.
And then here's the
you know, they say better late than never, but I'm convinced at some point that it's still kind of pathetic and sad, even if it is for the better. And to not acknowledge that would be to lie. And I don't really like to lie. Okay. I do like to lie. I'm not gonna, let me be honest. I love lying, but
contrast. That was all from
not
YouTube.
in this instance.
I don't like the lack of songs and rewards. What are you talking about? You complained constantly about the music that I played before the stream, saying it was old and the same music over and over. Stop playing it. And you complained about the reward structure, saying you hated the fact that things were tied to financial goals. So I removed the music, and now we're not doing the tiered rewards anymore. Instead, I'm just giving you the rewards. Like today, we're just going to do DSP Tries It. I don't like it. I don't care. How about that? I just don't care. Your opinion is irrelevant.
I thought we were doing positive changes.
Good Lord. Anyway. Thank you.
Also, it is actually at the detriment to his audience that he took away the goals when they were happening more frequently. If they genuinely care about him eating as much, eating the fast food and doing all of these rewards that were Lego streams or whatever the fuck in the past, the fact that he's making more money now and would be hitting those goals more frequently, the fact that he's dialing them back now is at the detriment to his audience if he believed his own lies. So it would be understandable if what he was saying in the past was true, that they enjoyed those things, it would be understandable that they would be upset about it. But of course, now that he is making so much money, we don't have to do those fucking embarrassing things as frequently. And also, we can't eat that much fast food because we're healthy, of course.
Robbie says, I came over from Asmongold's stream. I enjoy your chill content. It's nice to listen to in the background or at night when I'm winding down. Sounds great. I'm glad to hear that. A lot of people have told me that over the years. All right. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of this guy too. Really, I'm just going to get rid of the toxic influences from now on. There's no reason to even respond to them. Just remove them. And just move on. Enough
We
of the
say
toxic
this
people who are here just
every
to troll.
fucking day at this point. Every day we say the same thing. Which I know is normal for the guy, but you would think he would notice at some point.
What's wrong with asking for support? Well, here's the thing. All right? I never asked for support till I had to. It's true. I was a content creator from the year of 2008, all the way up to 2017. During that time frame, most of everything I did was based on on-demand videos on YouTube. I make the video, you watch it, ads play, that's my living.
There's a PayPal link in the description, and you guys should click on the ads. Is one of the, like, if you ask me, one of the most famous things, maybe infamous things that DSP has ever said. And that happened, what, in 2010, 2008, somewhere in there. This is all lie and cope. Click on the ads happened far before he was ever taken out of the algorithm, far before the copyright strikes. There was PayPal links in the description so that he could buy new equipment and video games in that same video far before. But we're just lying. And we lied to Asmongold too. I know I didn't talk about that very much because it sucked. But we lied a lot to Asmongold, and Asmongold just straight up doesn't know or doesn't care enough to push back on any of it, and kind of just let DSP string his web of lies through with very minimal, if any, pushback at all. And then allowed him the floor for the latter half of the interview, if you're willing to call it that, to talk about video games as if anybody gave a fuck about DSP's normie-ass take on video games. There's no hot takes in there. There's no interesting takes whatsoever. It's literally just the same shit people have been bitching about for a decade in video games that DSP is just now becoming hip to. Just like always, a decade behind the actual wave.
I actually strongly criticized people who asked for support. I didn't like it. I even said, guys, like there were other content creators at the time, like Angry Joe was one I particularly remember. People would bring up, why don't you stream like Angry Joe? Angry Joe does streams, he monetizes them, he has subs and he has pop-ups and all this. And I said, I don't want to do that. I said, I just want to focus on the gameplay. That's what I'm all about. And then what happens is it comes back and it bites me in the butt because I'm not thinking forward. I'm not thinking about the future. I'm not thinking that YouTube will ever change, that my channel will decline. I'm just thinking everything's going to be rainbows and unicorns forever. And then things change. And then all of a sudden my channel gets tampered with. I lose ad revenue. I'm not in the algorithm anymore. YouTube has the adpocalypse. Ads are literally halve the value overnight. All this stuff happens.
But this is a self-inflicted wound, and honestly, just a window into the life that DSP was living and how ignorant he was. The idea that he would stake everything on YouTube and actually think that it was never going to change, the money was never going to drop, it was only going up from there. There was never going to be any sort of setbacks whatsoever, especially with the way that he was acting. You'd have to be a fucking idiot to think that that was the case, which, truth be told, was the case. He is a fucking idiot. But like that's nobody else's problem, but it definitely shouldn't be his audience's fucking problem. The idea that you could navigate your way through life as an adult and never think about the future and never think about the things that could be around the corner, you deserve everything you fucking get. Thank you, NWO News, for the 2. Saying Asmon didn't say the word context once. Dent. It's true. He really never asked for clarifiers, and he never asked for context, and he never pushed back on any of DSP's logic to realize that it didn't make any sort of fucking sense. Also, to waste everybody's time and encourage DSP to copyright fair use is crazy to me, but
and now I find myself in a situation where I look like a jackass because I was the guy who always talked, oh, never taking contributions, never asked for them, and now I find myself in the position where I need to do that. So I adapted, all right? And I'm very aware adapting made me a huge hypocrite. Okay, I know that. There's nothing I can really do about that. I just basically opened my mouth, and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have been criticizing other people for trying to make.
I basically just opened my mouth and made myself look like a fucking fool. Yeah, on a daily basis, every day since you started. It's true.
Living. Take your stolen credit card.
I shouldn't have. I should have never criticized people for trying to make a living. That's on me. That was me and my old self being a hater. Right? Dumping on other people on the internet and saying, I don't like how they do it. That's wrong. Only the way that I say goes and is right. No one else has a right to make a living in a way that I don't approve. That was absolutely immature. That was absolutely incorrect. I never should have done it. And I used to do this kind of thing all the time. People would ask me a question about a game like Minecraft, and I'd say, everyone who plays Minecraft is a child. The game is crappy. Look at those awful graphics. What a joke of a game. Who would play that in their right mind?
See, but the problem was never that he was... Look, I don't think the problem was that he was saying these things. I think criticizing people for the way that they behave is an absolute necessity in society and in communities. You should be criticizing people who rob, kill, and steal for their money. That's entirely appropriate. The problem with DSP's criticism was that he was criticizing people for things that weren't actually wrong. Playing popular video games, there's nothing inherently wrong about that. He picked the dumbest hills to die on. And once you say these things and they're on the internet, they are forever, as they say the internet is. And you have two options from there, and it's to be the hypocrite or to stand your ground and continue to think those things. And the issue is, because he took such stupid stances, he had to be a hypocrite. He couldn't have just taken normal stances previously because he was too fucking stupid. He was too up his own ass. So once again, he really gets everything that he fucking deserves in the negative capacity. He does not deserve the positivity.
Then years later, I play Minecraft. I'm like, dude, this game's awesome. I love it. There's crafting. There's survival. There's all this uniqueness, different climates, amazing music, and everything. This game is so cool. And I'm like, damn, why did I dump on it for so long? Seriously. Like, what's my problem? But the thing is, what they say is that hindsight is
50-50. Oh,
that you
my
only
bad.
see.
I was believing the old adage that DSP used to give us, that hindsight is 50-50, which is my favorite, because that implied to me that even with hindsight, DSP was there was a 50-50 chance he would still make the wrong decision. Unfortunately, at some point, somebody had corrected him, and he realized that is not the saying, and we say it right now, which is sad.
Those flaws
I
in
don't
your
like
character
it.
After they've happened. As they're happening, you don't think you're in the wrong. And that's my problem, is now I'm someone who's had 17 years of track record where I've made different mistakes at different times, and people just like to go back and point at the mistakes. And there's nothing, hey, all I can do after making those mistakes is change for the better, right? So what ends up happening is now I'm reliant on crowdfunding, people coming and throwing me contributions on a stream to make a living. It's completely different from my previous formula. So now I got to go all in. I got to ask for the subs. I got to ask for the contributions on the streams. And now what happens is
I have to ask for the subs. I have to ask for the contributions, because getting a job and supplementing his hobby / side hustle was never an option. Getting a job was never on the table for DSP. Not in his mind, not for 1 second. He immediately pushed all of the weight onto his audience to support him instead, because he thinks that that's acceptable. That's part of the problem. Thank you, JB, for the 5, saying, I find it telling that he thinks that changing his mind is specifically what makes him a hypocrite. It shows that he cares more about the blowback. Well, of course. Of course. The problem is never actually the stances. It's simply the changing of the mind.
people flip on me, people turn on me. But you said you're not supposed to do that. What a hypocrite DSP is for doing that. Like, why would he do that? Well, I had to. If I didn't turn into a full-time live streamer asking for contributions, I would have lost everything. I would have lost my business. I would have lost my home. I would have lost everything that I had. So I had to go all the way the other direction. And I get it. I understand why.
I had to sell out all of my morals, you guys. It wasn't an option. I was gonna lose my house. Of course I robbed that old lady for her chain. She should have tucked it. Come on.
People would be like, well, that's so hypocritical. And basically, you know, we're turning on you now. And I think there was a whole internet movement, anti-DSP, you know, how dare he ask for contributions? I think that's what it was, honestly. You know, to be honest, no, I don't think that actually
a lot of honesty going on here
for insane amounts of contributions any more than other people. I think that what it is people categorize it in a way and say, well, here's a highlight reel of Phil asking for stuff, versus they don't do that with other people, right? They don't. Also, you got to understand levels of success. I'm someone who has a few hundred viewers a stream.
Right.
And
you have some of the most gracious viewers on the entire Twitch platform.
You know,
because you bet.
I have to ask for things at different kinds of frequencies than maybe others do. If someone has 1,000 viewers on a stream and they don't have to ask for contributions, that's probably because there's more people giving them contributions, right? If you haven't noticed in the last week, since more of you have started showing up and supporting, I don't ask for contributions. I don't have to. Why would I?
If you just give me everything I ask for, then I don't have to ask for it. You know, it's solid logic when you put it that way. It's really hard to argue with that. I agree. If everybody just gave me all of their money, then I wouldn't have to ask. The Wolverine doll pointing out that he thinks that he is too disabled to put the fries at the bag, and that he might actually be right. Yeah, I would, if I was a manager out of McDonald's, which, by the way, I've worked out of McDonald's before. The work is not that bad at all. Teenagers just suck at their jobs. I worked at if I ran a McDonald's, I would fire DSP instantly. There's something about the team cohesion I think would be drastically taking a hit instantly as soon as he hit the floor.
You guys are supporting me. Why do I ask for anything? So it's direct cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? So thank you. Again, you guys have allowed me to improve dramatically in the last week. Is there something wrong with asking for contributions? No. If your audience is okay with the
I never
frequency and
kept
the way
the
you do
fries.
it,
I kept the
then
grill,
that's fine.
brother.
Mine was. It was my critic.
I also
my
make a mean
trolls, my detractors who
sandwich.
didn't like it.
I was
But
quick.
for me, I don't like doing it. I hate doing it. I don't like asking for support at all. I wish I never have to do it ever again. So for a week, I haven't had to do it. This has been my best content creation week in a decade. I'm not kidding you.
Mind you, that he spent the entire night before this sitting on the floor, not interacting with his chat, building a chair, and calling it very boring and not entertaining. But this has been his best week of content. Also, again, I can't stand when people... Thank you, Cerulean, for the 2. Saying, hey, skeleton guy, bets on Wings showing up on Monday? I'd say yeah. I want to say, yeah, Wings shows up on Monday. Put my money on it. Put 2 Canadian on Wings showing up on Monday. Thank you, Siru. I appreciate it.
I've enjoyed myself more.
I hate when people say that I hate doing this, you guys, but I have to. You don't. You are you are the maker of your own destiny. You are a full-grown adult that makes all of the decisions in your own life to every degree. If you don't like to do something, no one has ever obligated you to do it in such a way that you couldn't say no, unless they are quite literally holding you at gunpoint. Don't give me that bullshit that you hate doing this. It's entirely within you every single time. Nobody else.
This last week,
He's just shirking the blame.
With you and having fun with games than I have had in the last decade because I didn't have to ask for anything. So now let's keep that going. Let's keep that momentum. Let's stay positive. Let's enjoy games. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's keep that momentum going. And let's just keep it chill. All right? Let's do it. Let's prove the internet wrong. The internet that said, you're not good enough. You don't make good enough
And
content.
yes, this is
You're
begging.
nothing but an e-beggar.
He's asking people to prove the internet wrong by being positive and enjoying his content, which of course directly translates to money, because that's the only thing that DSP knows is positivity. Yes, it's keep that momentum going. It's begging. That's what that means.
Show them different. Because for a week I haven't, and for this week it's been one of the best weeks I've ever had. So
it's one of the
prove 'em
best
wrong.
weeks I ever had,
Okay?
because
Cool.
he made a ridiculous amount of money. That's why it's been the best week, because he didn't have to beg, because he kept making money. So in order to keep that up, in order to keep that the status quo around here, he's asking for money.
Shout outs. We have a troll who did a $5 super chat demanding that I stop talking and start playing games. No. People like hanging out with me. If you haven't noticed, a lot of the content I put out this week has just been me chilling with the audience, and people have really enjoyed it. I will talk with my audience for as long as I like, and you'll like it. And apparently you'll send me money too.
Thank
All
you,
right, so-
Scrappy CC, for the 2, saying the vest is a symbol. Yeah, it's
Before
a
we get
symbol,
set up
all
for
right.
Pokemon,
We could swap
what
it
would people
out
like
for
to talk
the
about? What are the hot
wheelchair
topics for
symbol.
today? Tag
Wheelchair
me in chat,
symbol.
either in Kick or YouTube. I'll type in the Kick chat. Tag me. Let's see what you guys want to talk about. We'll do a little bit of Q&A. Any more shout outs if people contribute, and we'll go from there. A complete troll just gifted a sub. So let me ban this idiotic troll. There you go. Get the hell out of here. Okay. I actually did see that. Yes, I saw this video on X. So there's a Twitch streamer. This is the same girl who I guess had gotten in trouble. People had said that she had done like seriously, like sexual abuse and stuff. I don't know if it's true or not. Okay.
Oh, okay. So we don't know if it's true or not, but we're just talking about somebody committing sexual abuse. Seems like a very odd thing to talk about if you're not quite sure. Seems like a crazy allegation to be just throwing about if you're not sure. Like if it's true and it happened and you know that, fine, whatever. But to not know and then say it publicly anyway is it's too much if you ask me.
She had like done horrible things, and yet she got suspended but not banned. Okay. So apparently now she went to like Target, and you can see her. She's trying to check out, but she puts something and blocks a barcode and pretends to scan it, and then puts her item in the bag. So that's shoplifting.
It's just like
So
stealing
now this
101,
female
by the
streamer on
way.
Twitch has committed SA, as they say. They call it, because no one can say sexual abuse on the internet. It's like forbidden to say that in a term. People think they'll get demonetized. Well, I'll say whatever I want.
Well, I believe it's
So apparently
sexual
she committed
assault.
that, only got a slap on the wrist, came right back. Now she's at Target.
DSP thinks that he's taking some sort of like, I don't know if it's a high road necessarily, but he thinks that he's better than other people because he's willing to say sexual assault on a stream, because most people who run channels don't even want to take the chance of being demonetized because it's a business for them, like DSP should be able to relate to, and he says all the time. But we'll move on. Those people actually rely on advertisements and monetization, where DSP just relies on straight handouts. So he does kind of benefit in this way, but of course he's better than them. He's super real and the realest motherfucker on the internet, or whatever. Pat Noticer for the 5, saying same guy who had known woman respecter and good guy Ethan Ralph on his podcast. It's true. He's the best of guys. I mean, who else is gonna blow weed smoke in their baby's face? It's absolutely imperative we have him on the stream, guys. I mean, he's a benefit.
Committing like theft right on camera. And apparently, I don't know if anything else has been done, but I mean, this is what I mean. Why would I want to stream on Twitch? This is what they do now. This is literally how you get clout on Twitch. Do the most extreme, over-the-top thing to get noticed. Even if it's negative or toxic, people still do it. It's messed up. I don't know why this stuff is allowed, but apparently it is. Everyone gets away with it, and no one gets punished for anything. So like I said, that's why I'm not going to ever be over there doing nothing. I'm done with Twitch, 100%. Like I said to Asmon Gold last week, the only way I would go to Twitch and stream is if Dan Clancy is removed as the head of the company and they get more management in there that are going to start doing things more professionally. I refuse to work with a company that's insanely unprofessional like that.
It's very odd to me that DSP has very recently, specifically since he's talked to Asmon Gold, has decided that Dan Clancy is the line that he's drawing in the sand on Twitch. I have no idea what news article or Twitter headline he had seen where Dan Clancy was specifically mentioned. I think it's very odd. It's very inauthentic, if you ask me, the way that it came out of nowhere. Also, I believe that the real reason DSP won't go back to Twitch at this point has nothing to do with the way that they operate the site and everything to do with the split that he would get. He's just better off streaming other places monetarily, and that's all he cares about. It has nothing to do about the ethics or morals of the business. I mean, Kick is single-handedly funded by, tapping into the I don't know that you could call it the dark triad, but the shortcomings of other individuals and their inability to stop gambling. Like, if you have any sort of moral qualms with the way that Twitch is operated, you would think that siphoning people's gambling money would be in that same ballpark. But that's fine for DSP because he makes a better cut.
Not gonna have unequal treatment, because you know what would happen? I would go back to Twitch. I would stream my first week. I would get my stream suspended for things I didn't do, because people would mass flag the stream and they'd be like, "Oh, DSP, we don't like him. Suspend his stream." Even though I didn't do anything. Yet she'll do that for weeks and be fine. No problems. That's cool. That's what we're looking for here on Twitch. Well, you can have that. You can be over there with those kind of people. I'll be over here with my people, playing games and having fun. Okay. Are the main...
Thank you, Scrappy CC, for the 2, saying Dave would have went to the island if not for Henry. Yeah, shout out Henry and his super robust philanthropic island that is totally meaningful and positive. We don't love Henry. You love Henry. I'm putting that on you.
Upgrades are mainly about my comfort on the job, or more so for the viewer's experience? Both. Because the thing is, it's been, if you haven't noticed, it's become increasingly difficult for me to actually maintain the stream as I'm getting older.
Stolen credit card.
First of all, you guys keep charging with stolen credit cards, and I don't appreciate that. But
it's true. It's actually
if I
true.
Can't read the leaderboard to update it, if I can't see what's going on over here, if I can't read the chat, if I can't catch the pop-ups, I can't interact with you guys. You guys for years have said every time that I go to game, I'm gaming here, but then I have to keep looking back over here, right? Well, now with this new setup, I'll have this monitor on an arm. I'll be able to move it up and over here. It'll be right next to the gaming screen. So now I'll actually be able to see your chats.
But why didn't we put the gaming screen next to the chat screen? You know, so we don't. Why do we have to have the side profile? Is ultimately my question here. We redesigned the way that the office is set up. We got a brand new desk with 2 monitor arms and 2 monitors. Why didn't we put them both on the desk and game on the monitor? I'm just confused why we need the side profile. It still doesn't make any sense. We still have the most dented setup ever.
You see, like, that's the whole idea. This has been trying to modernize my setup for a while, and now I'm actually getting to the point where it'll be completely modernized. That's the idea, okay? Could you ever see yourself having collabs or regular collabs with Asmongold? You're asking the wrong person. Could I do it? Of course. I would play games with Asmongold. I would go on his podcast and talk gaming. I would do all those things.
What games? Wait, what games would he play with? Would he play with Asmongold? Genuinely, what games does he think that him and Asmongold have in common? And why does he not want to play games with Wings? Because if you guys recall, people told him, yo, you should play games with Wings since you had such a good time talking to him. And he was like, nah, that's not the type of content I do. People don't really want to see that because I wouldn't be able to interact with them, this, that, and the other. And yet, when it comes to Asmongold, well, of course I would be willing to play video games with Asmongold. Well, could it have anything to do with the money, DSP? Is that what's driving, is the driving force here?
Who's in charge? He's the big creator, not me. You know, it's his call, what he wants to do. He holds all the cards in this situation. I have none. I'm the little rinky-dink dude
New
down
gaming
here.
soulmate. It's true. It's true. That's where the money's at. So that's our gaming soulmate. And
I respect that. Well, thank you, Zway. I appreciate that. I appreciate the compliment, and I appreciate the support. In actuality, you may not notice, but I'm in pain. I hurt my neck a couple days ago.
Oh, you may not notice, guys. I'm in pain. Let me tell you all about it.
This happens from time to time. I have back and neck problems. I've
just
had
so
them
cringe.
Since my 20s. So I don't know how I did, but I wrenched my neck here. And so if I move my neck any further than this, I get shooting pain down my neck right now. And I hope that it heals. It's a pain. Like I'm actually getting pain in my arm again. I'm like, damn, this sucks. It happens from time to time. It didn't even happen when I was exercising. It just happened randomly.
I thought that all of the working out was getting rid of our back and neck pain. Now all of a sudden it's back. It's almost as if we were lying and talking bullshit before, and that was all nonsense to make us feel better and cope.
I didn't even happen in my sleep. And so you talk about head on my shoulders. I'm like, yeah, I'm in pain. It sucks. I wish that this pain would go away, but I'm just kind of toughing through it. Luckily, I have a job where
right arm really messed up lately. Like, wonder why? Oh, it's because he's jorking it. Cat's gone. He's jorking it like crazy.
A lot of the times, doing this completely like it takes it off my mind. Like I don't even think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm
holy shit. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Ignore it and it doesn't really bother me.
Maybe you guys heard that. Maybe you didn't.
I'm like Mr. Glass. I get hurt doing nothing. There you go. I was taking a shit and I ripped my colon right open. Oops. Ugh. Anyway. So thank you guys for the support. Why am I so tired? Because Jasper woke me up again this morning. Again, it's weird. See, here's the thing. My wife, when she works, gets up early in the morning. So she gets up early, and he wakes up because we're all sleeping together. And then he acts like I need to get up. Well, I don't have to get up. My wife goes to work early in the morning. I don't have to. But
dude, that's so crazy to say. Like, I know it's true. He's a work from home style individual. He doesn't have to leave the house. But to say, yeah, my wife has to get up and go to work, but me? Fuck no, dude. I get to sleep. It just seems so like unbalanced. It seems like the opposite of the way that it should be. If you're like what I want to call an honorable and respectable style man, the idea that you would stay home and do this job the way that it is, and then still make her go to work and live this way, that's pretty tough, dude. Like I said, it just seems a little dishonorable to your wife, but sure, man, whatever.
Then he gets into this routine where he wants to keep getting up early. And that happened this morning. It was like 7 in the morning, and he wakes up and he's pawing me and he's meowing. He wants to get I'm like, no, Jasper, I don't have to get up early today. You know, like, you know, and then I do eventually get to sleep, but when you have your sleep interrupted, it throws you off. And that's what happened. I got thrown off this morning. So now I feel tired again.
And all of this could be solved if they just left the door open for Jasper. Like if they didn't insist on lacking Jasper in the room overnight with them, he wouldn't have to deal with being with having his sleeping interrupted on such a regular basis. This is, again, not a problem that needs to exist had he not created it in the first place.
No, we can't leave Jasper outside the bedroom, because if we do that, then he paws the door all night trying to get in.
Okay, then leave the door open.
Leave the door open, because if we do, he gets hyper at night, gets the zoomies, and he zooms all over the house, and then we can't sleep. So we have this,
and I find that impossible to believe. That can't be the case. DSP's house is bigger than mine. I don't think that's an L. Anyway. DSP's house is much bigger than mine. He has an entire second floor, okay? The idea that Jasper running around in the bottom floor in the living room and it waking him up all the way upstairs in a completely separate room in his REM sleep is fucking nonsense. It's not gonna happen. Unless he's the lightest sleeper on the planet, which I highly doubt, given that he doesn't go to sleep till 3 a.m. As a light sleeper myself, I have 4 cats. Sometimes I do run around the house, and I never wake up from it. I'm an incredibly light sleeper. It's bullshit. It's nonsense. It's just an excuse to lock his fucking cat in the room with him because he's a weird control freak.
Method, we all go to sleep together in the bedroom. We close the door. He's got food and a potty in there and everything. It's fine. But then all of a sudden, some days he'll wake up early and want...
Also, putting a food and a litter box in your bedroom, kind of sick, kind of disgusting, if you ask me. Like, granted, I think if you're gonna lock the cat in a room, probably should have both of those things in there for them. But that's why I wouldn't lock them in the bedroom, because I'm not putting a litter box in the bedroom. That's sick.
We get up and we're like, oh, we don't have to get up. Why is he doing this? He's driving us nuts. All right, and then I will come back shortly with some fun Pokemon stuff. Remember...
Why is this in here?
Today you can name a Pokemon for a...
Oh, because we're begging for Pokemon. All right. That is going to almost be the end of the stream. And I say almost because I was sent what I thought was a very entertaining song this morning that I want to play for all of you. I'm going to subject you guys that care enough to hear it. I'm going to subject you all to it before we leave today. But this is the end of Atlas. I believe... we should be on for WPIG 1651 tomorrow, but if I'm being for real and upfront and honest with you guys, I'm going to take a look at the weather right now. I'm probably going to have to wake up at 2 a.m. on Monday. And going to bed at 11:15 the night before is really tough, and I don't know if I'm going to have it in me having woken up at 2 a.m. on Sunday. So... I'm going to leave it up in the air and I'll make the call on Sunday. I apologize if it doesn't come to fruition and I abandon Unk once again. I don't like to do that. I would prefer to be there, but I don't get a say. So if I don't see you then, I hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend and please stay safe. And I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, hit you with this very robust and meaningful music that I was sent this morning. Goodbye.
Let me speak to the people, Nirava! Let me speak!
No one's stopping you.
They need to hear this. They need to hear this! One take. I'm not a big fan of Argonians. I'm not a big fan of Argonians. I'm not a big fan of Imperials. I'm not a big fan of the fucking lizards. Not a big fan, not a big fan of the farm tools. I'm not a big fan of the plasma. Not a big fan of the Outlanders. Not a big fan of the Outlanders. Not a big fan of Imperials. Not a big fan of the Red Guards. Not a big fan of the Red Guards. Not a big fan of the False Guards. Not a big fan of the False Guards. Not a big fan, not a big fan, not a big fan, not a big fan, not a big fan. Argonians, fuck Argonians. Not a big fan, not a big fan, not a big fan, not a big fan. Fuck Imperials. Fuck the Emperor. Fuck the Altmer. Fuck the Mages Guild. Fuck the Fighters Guild. Fuck Argonians in Morrowind. Fuck Argonians. Fuck the Khajiits in Morrowind. Fuck Argonians. Fuck the Empire in Morrowind. Fuck the N-Wasp. Fuck the Outlander in Morrowind. Fuck Imperials. Fuck the Empire in Morrowind. Fuck Argonians. Fuck Argonians. Fuck Argonians. In Morrowind. Fuck Argonians.
Get the fuck out of Baltimore, you skooma smoking